Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country.
Here we go. Be careful what you wish for, Parker. Hello, Peter. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Multiverse of Movies. I know it's Sunday morning. A lot of y'all are either at church or just hanging with the family, doing things that are far more important than being here. But hey, you know what? Let's talk Marvel. Let's talk movies, because today in the Multiverse of Movies, we're going to be reading some leaks. Now, I'll say this, and I've said this many times before. If you're getting your news from Reddit, then you're probably not the brightest, you're probably not the sharpest tool in the shed. But regardless, we're going to read them because I want to see which ones are possible, which ones are not possible. We are going to be watching 3C Films video because I think he is the one that best summed it up. I've seen a lot of videos trying to sum it up, but it's kind of a guessing game, and we're gonna give our predictions and all that. So if you're here in the chat, make sure you smash the like button, because if you don't smash the like button, this is how I will react.
You can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! He won't.
All right, I'm just kidding. But we got Chillmonger dropping in the first comment of the day. He says, "What I want is them to announce the new T'Challa actor." Not happening. And look, yeah, I agree. I've been saying this for like over 2 years. As devastating as it is to have seen such a legend, such an amazing actor like Chadwick Boseman, unfortunately pass away at such a young age, I honestly believe that the best option, or not the best option, but the best choice would have been, I don't even know why I corrected myself. It's the same exact word. But anyways, I thought that the best choice was always to recast T'Challa, because the reason why a lot of people love that Black Panther movie was the character of T'Challa, and obviously his story's not finished. We want to see him continuing to be King of Wakanda. That was the plan from the get-go. And yeah, I know Chadwick passed away, and a lot of people, even if the movie was to come out, people would still see that role being to Chadwick Boseman's. But regardless, I feel like it's just a disservice towards the character, because I've always said this: no actor owns a character, whether it's Wolverine, whether it's Iron Man, James Bond, whoever. Any character to me is replaceable, and I feel like it would have been much more honoring to Chadwick Boseman's legacy is if somebody picked up the torch and said, "Hey, don't you worry, Chadwick. You go rest now. We'll take it from here." I feel like that would have been. It's like this. Maybe this isn't even a good example, but I'll just use example. I don't want my channel to ever die. Like, let's say one day for some reason I just don't feel like doing YouTube anymore. I would honestly just prefer giving this channel away. Like, if I was to just feel unmotivated, not wanting to do YouTube anymore, I would prefer just to let somebody carry on the mantle of this channel. And I feel like that would have been perfect for Chadwick Boseman. I feel like that was the way to honor him. And look, regardless, I'm excited. The title itself just sounds phenomenal, and I'm going to be looking forward to this film a lot, but it is something that I wish they had done. However, we now live in this world where now we're going to get, I mean, just story wise, I don't think it makes sense to have T'Challa not be in the movie, because he's already passed away in the MCU. Wakanda has already lived without their king for 5 years during the whole snap, the Thanos snap. And I feel like it's just a little awkward to now have this other story now of no T'Challa, no King T'Challa. Um, can you not see when I had 3% battery? Like, my bad, coffee. Hey, man, you go ahead, charge your phone, watch this on whatever you need, or maybe catches up on the replay, however it is. But yeah, I feel like they should have recast it to T'Challa. But however, either way, I'm excited. My only thing is, I feel like it doesn't make sense if Shuri replaces T'Challa. Yeah, I know the comics. It is what it is. But to me, it just doesn't make sense in the story to have Shuri replace him, because they've already made sure that in Wakanda, in order to become king or queen, you have to fight. You have to go through combat, hand-to-hand combat with no enhancements, no superpowers, no nothing, and you have to win it out. And it doesn't make sense that Shuri gets to be king. And I feel like if they are gonna go this route with the known character, I think it should either be Umbaku or Nakia. I feel like those two characters would be pretty good. But regardless, if I was to have done this movie, I would have recasted. I would have recasted T'Challa. I don't know which actor, but I would have recasted T'Challa, carry on the mantle, and see where it goes. Arkham Game. Also, I want to say hey to everyone. What's up, cool guy? What's up, Tony Robinson? What's up, Coffee Machine? Oh my god, Coffee Machine, get yourself a charger, man. We want you here. But any minute I'm gonna be effing disintegrated. Oh man, do you not have like another phone, computer? Maybe borrow your mom's phone. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Anyways, Arkham Gaming says, yeah, I want to see the two with Black Panther, but then, but there doesn't seem like they're. Oh yeah, they've already confirmed over 2 years ago. They had confirmed that we are going to be getting we aren't going to be getting a replacement. We're just going to see a new character carry on the legacy. But hey, let's watch this 3C Films video. This guy sums up the San Diego Comic-Con leaks. Of course, we know. By the way, and I think I said this to Arkham Gaming last time I did Thursday. It just feels so weird now getting Comic-Con again, and I'm so happy because I remember one of my favorite parts of the year was always to see the San Diego Comic-Con breakdowns and everything. And we haven't had one in 2 years. Of course, the pandemic came in, it obliterated everything nerdy. And I mean, of course, it's done far worse than destroying nerd culture, but still, it feels weird. Now that we're back with Comic-Con, and it feels great. Now, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't know whether or not to believe the leaks. I'm just gonna say that straight up. I don't believe. Again, if you 100% believe what Reddit tells you, then you're probably not the sharpest tool in the shed. However, we're still gonna watch it because some of these are pretty possible, and I feel like 3C Films in this 11-minute video introduces this the best. So yeah, let's watch this video.
Hello, Marvel fans. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. San Diego Comic-Con is happening next
By the way,
week.
he lives like around Dallas. He's like 4 hours away from me. But yeah, guys, Isaac makes me mow his lawn, and he killed Mysterio. God damn, no, Coffee Machine. How could you tell them I killed Mysterio? Before I die, I'm gonna expose you. Oh my god, he's pulling a Mysterio. By the way, guys, I'm a Mysterio apologist. Mysterio is of course king. I'm just kidding.
And this will be the first time in a long time San Diego Comic-Con.
By the way, I do want to say this. So I'm currently wearing headphones, but like for some reason my computer is a little messed up, and my headphones are connected to the mic. It's not connected to the computer, so I'm hearing it from my computer like it's coming out. So please let me know if you guys can hear this clearly, because I know on StreamYard you should be able to hear it normally, but yeah.
It used to be. We're no longer worrying that much about restrictions or cramming people into a place and just getting them all touchy, sweaty, and sticky. And well, with Marvel Studios having a panel July 23rd at 5 p.m. PST, and it's being branded a mega panel, Marvel fans are expecting
I feel like something like I'll say there's some things that are kind of obvious. Like we should be getting a teaser for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We should be getting, I don't know, an official trailer for She-Hulk. Maybe some like stuff for Blade, like a confirmation for another casting or something like that. And also we got Chillmonger saying Mysterio is king at Tony Robinson. And Tony, I always see Tony in every chat. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. I'm not sure if he's a mod because I'm not on the YouTube studio right now. I'm currently on StreamYard, so I probably can't see if he's a mod, but regardless, let's continue with the video. And if you're not a mod, please let me know so I can mod Tony. All right, let's go.
Stuff that is going to blow our mind, and wouldn't you know, there happened to be a major leak posted online that details,
of course, there's always leaks on Reddit.
From casting, Disney Plus series, big event movies, and it's
actually I'm gonna speed up the video because there's no need to watch it like so fast. Like playback speed 1.25. All right.
Online, of course, you guys have been tagging me endlessly and wanting me to talk about it, so that's exactly what I'll be doing
amazing background, man.
Down this major
I'm pulling a Max right now, watching a video instead of like doing my own
content. I really want to know your guys'
kidding.
thoughts on this. What do you think of this leak? Do you believe them to be true? Are you someone who enjoys reading these leaks for possible announcements? Would really love to know from you guys down below. All right, so just to reiterate, I want to say I think a bunch of these leaks are completely BS.
I hope I don't get copyrighted for this.
However, with that said, I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as they said there were some leaks and I went to read them, I got excited, I got giddy, I got all smiley. I was like, oh, this would be awesome. And And I think that's why a lot of people are spreading it around, because some of these things in here sound cool and kind of go together with rumors that we've already
I
heard
think
on
this
what
is the
projects
better
Marvel
format.
Studios is working on. So as we're going through this, I'm just going to tell you what I think is true, what is complete BS, and I'd love for you to do the same in the comments. All right, so the first thing they have said on here is a Deadpool announcement. They have it that Ryan
oh yeah,
Reynolds will be
that's
attending
obviously
to announce
obvious.
the
They
next
have to have a
Deadpool movie,
Deadpool
which is
announcement.
entitled Deadpool 3. Director Sean Levy will send in a video, and there's going to be little details like this throughout this entire.
You know what I would call it? I would call it Deadpool Disney World. You know, just screw it. I'm just kidding. Maybe that would be way too meta. But you know, if there's any character you can do that with, it's probably Deadpool. But no, I feel like with Deadpool, I honestly, I feel like the start of the movie should just be him like getting off a bus and he's going to Disney World. You know how amazing that'd be. That'd be pretty funny. But let's continue with this video.
Leak that make it seem
Got that
so
Tobey
plausible,
Maguire
because they're so
mask
specific
right
on
there.
who's showing up, how they're announcing things, why people aren't showing up, that I think lends some credibility. But I'll be honest with you, I kind of believe this one. We have been hearing nonstop updates with Deadpool
Yeah, I mean, I
3
think it
from the
makes
writers
sense
of
to
the
kind
movie
of
and Ryan Reynolds
separate the
himself. They've
names,
already
you know?
confirmed.
Want to have a side
Okay,
hustle
there
bringing
it
you an
is.
additional income stream, but you don't want to have to build
No, I don't
websites
want
or
ads.
funnels
God,
or
you know what? I gotta get YouTube Premium.
From the director. We know this movie's happening. They might as well go ahead and give us a
Okay,
small
that'd be a
update,
nice
even if that
name.
means telling us what the
Deadpool
title
into
is.
the
'Cause, yeah, I
MCU.
kind of believe they won't call it Deadpool 3, even though Disney now owns the rights to those old Deadpool movies, and this new one will still technically be a sequel to those. I still think Marvel will want to rebrand it as their own
I think it's
thing,
better
and
just to
giving it a
read
little
this off.
subtitle and
You guys
dropping the
prefer me
3, I
reading
think
it
is a
off, or
smart
do
thing
you
to do. So you know
like
what? I'm gonna say
3C
that one I
Films
think is real.
video?
Next one they have here is for Black Panther, letting us know that the director and cast members, including Namor, Tenoch and Dominic Thorne, who's
Let's
playing
see if I
Riri
can
Williams, will be present and bring the first trailer for Black Panther
There
Wakanda
we go,
Forever.
faster.
That one, I believe 100%. And the main reason is because it's time for them to start marketing their next big movie, and that would be Black Panther. And I'm so curious to how this trailer is going to look. If they're even going
I
to
mean,
show
yeah, that
Black
makes
Panther in the
sense.
trailer, they'll probably give us a
Black
look at
Panther
Riri
is the
Williams in her
next
suit
movie.
and Namor, but
I'm
it's not
actually
gonna be
surprised
enough
we
to
didn't get a
want me to go
teaser
in there. I
before
need to
Thor:
see
Love and
some sort
Thunder.
of Black Panther action in a movie called Black Panther. So far, even though
I
I'm calling these leaks
100% agree
BS,
with that. They
2
gotta
for 2.
show
I
you
believe
who
these two
Black
so far.
Panther
Next up, they say
is.
that we will have a small update on Secret Invasion. None of the cast will be present, but they will bring some footage. I could see that one maybe happening just because Secret Invasion has already been filming for a while, and they probably just want to create
Oh
some
yeah,
awareness more
that
than Disney
makes
Plus
sense
shows.
too.
So I don't see that being out of the realm of possibility. Here's then, though,
I
where
don't
we
know
get
what's
some
my
ones
most
that might be
anticipated
completely
thing for
made
the
up. We have
MCU
an update
next
on
up
Blade.
though,
For one, they say cast members for the upcoming Blade movie
because
will
there's a
show up,
lot of
like
stuff.
Mahershala
You know,
Ali,
I'm
Kit
excited for
Harington, Aaron
She-Hulk,
Carey, Milan Ray,
Deadpool,
Baz and Tariq, and they're all going to
of
show
course
up and give some news on
Blade.
the movie.
I'm
But the
really
big
wondering
reveal will
what
be
I
Anthony
don't even know
Starr will
what to
play
consider my
Dracula in the MCU,
most
and that right there
anticipated
would be
thing
an
next up.
absolutely amazing casting choice. Homelander as Dracula for the MCU.
Oh yeah.
That would
So apparently there's rumors that the actor of Homelander, I don't remember his name, but there's a chance he's going to be playing Dracula in the Blade movie. I don't know, because apparently there's some things saying that there's some rumors saying that they're going to be filming not Homelander, The Boys season 4 while they're filming Blade. And I'm like, really? I mean, those are tough projects, and if he's heavily involved, that's going to be exhausting. I don't even know if I don't know, because most actors will reserve specific times to film specific movies, you know? Like, that's the one thing I question. I don't know.
would be so cool. It would also make sense that they finally give us a Blade update, because the first time they announced Blade was at
Cool Guy
Comic-Con, so
says,
it only
I
makes
like
sense for them to
Riri
update us again
Williams.
at
I want to
Comic-Con.
see
But the
her.
reason I'm going to call BS is
I'm
because
not really
reporters
too
have
familiar
pointed
with
out
the
that when
character
Blade is filming, The
of
Boys
Ironheart,
season
but hey,
4
it
will
sounds
also be filming
interesting,
at
so
the
I'll be
exact
looking
same time,
forward
meaning
to
it'll
it.
be pretty hard for Anthony Starr to be switching back and forth from sets. I know there's going to be people in the comments to say they can make it work or they can figure something out, but I think that's just wishful thinking right now. We got to take our
Yeah,
expectations
I
on that one,
agree.
and
That's
call BS.
exactly
Then
what
we
I
got here an
just said.
update for the Marvels that I think right now has
Okay,
become very highly
I'm going to
anticipated.
be straight up right now. Because of Miss Marvel, I am now excited for this. I'm honestly genuinely excited. Now, the director, Nia Da Costa, she directed a new Candyman movie, right? I actually haven't seen that new Candyman movie, who actually has Tanaya Paris. I think Tanaya Paris is a talented actress. But, like, I'm not a fan of the first Captain Marvel movie. I won't deny it. Like, I watched the first movie, I gave it a chance. I went to the theaters, and it wasn't for me. I just didn't like it. I didn't hate it either, but it is one of the weaker MCU movies. In fact, even when I did my MCU marathon like 2 years ago, this was like before WandaVision came out. I remember during the pandemic, I was like, you know what? Let's just watch all the MCU movies back to back to back. Um, I remember the one movie I skipped was Captain Marvel because I just didn't feel like watching it because I felt like I had just watched it not that long ago. But because of the Miss Marvel show and because Brie Larson isn't just, I mean, not Brie Larson, Captain Marvel isn't just going to be the only center of attention, I'm excited for this movie. Now, I know the geeks and gamers, the grifters, I know they're gonna grift their way off making as much money as they can from this movie, because you know you got a black woman, a Pakistani woman, and of course Brie Larson, and then directed by a black woman. You know this is gonna make them a lot of money. You know they're gonna complain about how woke it is. How I don't know. I hate those people that complain about things being woke, man. I just can't stand that. But I mean, that's gonna be a lot of money made. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm excited for this movie. I'm still not excited for the character of Captain Marvel. Never really been interested. But I thought Tanaya Paris was great in WandaVision. What's her superhero name? Photon, wasn't it? Photon, something like that. I don't know. But and then of course Miss Marvel. I just loved the Miss Marvel series. It was amazing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But let's continue.
After the ending of Miss Marvel. They have it here that Brie, Imani, and Tiana, those are the Marvels that'll be showing up there, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau. But then hold your horses, because they say here, Handsome
intriguing,
Hal
man.
will reprise his role as Black Bolt. Jodie Turner-Smith is apparently joining as Medusa in the post-credits of the movie, setting up Universal.
Okay, I don't believe this leak, mainly because why are they saying the post-credit scenes? You know, of course they're not going to reveal the post-credit scenes. I don't know. Punisher Warzone was directed by a woman. They probably don't know that. I'm just kidding.
It's a big cosmic story going forward. What is going on now? This leak was all
like
about announcing shows and movies for San Diego Comic-Con, and now they're just randomly putting in what the post-credit scene is for the Marvels? That's where I smell BS. But man, does that not get me all excited. Black Bolt coming back, him finally getting some MCU justice. There's this whole narrative going around that Kevin Feige hates the Inhumans, when I don't think that's necessarily the case. Still, though, that is like a big reach. I'm going to have to call BS on this one. I don't think it's real.
Okay, I feel like I need to clarify that part. So 3C Films just said that there's like rumors that Kevin Feige just can't stand the Inhumans. That's not true. Kevin Feige probably does like the Inhumans. The only thing is there's like issues, you know, before he had the power and control that he has, he wasn't allowed to have any creative control with Inhumans, and then the humans ended up being incredibly terrible. That even the general audience, the hardcore fans, no matter who you were, for the most part, most people didn't like the Inhuman show. I only watched like 2 episodes and I gave up. It was honestly some of the worst television I'd ever seen in my entire life. So, Ken Feige, of course, doesn't hate the Inhumans. He just hates what they did to the Inhumans a couple of years ago. And I felt like it was cool to see Anson Mount in the comic accurate too. I remember going into Multiverse of Madness, I didn't even know if we were gonna get Black Bolt, because of course the Illuminati, it's like the Illuminati has to have Black Bolt, you know, as Reed Richards Black Bolt. I mean, I was even questioning if they would show Reed Richards. And by the way, I went into that movie without having seen that leaked image of John Krasinski as Reed Richards. But excuse me, I got a burp. I wasn't expecting to see all that, and it was cool. I remember I was so happy. I was like, when you hear Black Cigar, Bolt's gone. It was so cool to see that. But yeah, of course, you know, Kevin Feige doesn't hate the Inhumans. Of course he doesn't. He just hates what they did to them a couple of years ago. You know, it's like me. I love the X-Men. The X-Men, I'll actually say this, out of all the Marvel groups out there, the X-Men have always been my favorite. Whether it's the comics, animated series, movies, or movie-wise, I always prefer the Avengers. But in general, the X-Men have always been my favorite. And even though I love the X-Men, I didn't like what's it called? X-Men Apocalypse. I didn't like X-Men Dark Phoenix. You know, I didn't like X-Men Origins Wolverine. You know, just because I love the X-Men and I hate the couple movies they did doesn't mean that I'm gonna give up on the X-Men. Because the last 2 X-Men movies were god awful. You know, of course you had the New Mutants, and then we got X-Men Dark Phoenix. You know, those movies are horrible, but either way, I'm still gonna be excited to see what they do with the future of X-Men. I want to see what Kevin Feige's X-Men looks like. You know, the Inhumans were a huge part of Civil War too. Heck yeah. But anyways, let's continue with this video.
But man, I would love it if it is. Here's one that's got everyone jumping up and down. An announcement on
this
World War.
one, I don't believe it's gonna happen.
And wouldn't you know, there happened to be a
crap, I didn't mean to click back. It is slowing down the video. All right, so let's go to World War Hulk. So I love this storyline in the comics. It's obviously one of the most iconic Hulk storylines. It involves the Illuminati and involves Charles Xavier mostly. And of course, it involves Hulk. I don't see it mainly because they don't have the rights to do Hulk projects, or I mean, they can do She-Hulk, but they can't do Hulk. I don't expect this, and I don't even know if the MCU could do something like this, especially because Hulk isn't that anymore. Hulk isn't even that. He's Professor Hulk now, and that's frustrating.
Announcement on World War Hulk. They have it here, was originally going to be a movie. It is now being turned into a 4-part series for Disney Plus that may have a small theatrical release.
Oh, yo, what's up, Rain? How you doing? Yeah, welcome to the channel. I mean, welcome to
characters. Again, such specific, wild, outrageous details.
We're watching this video breaking down. we're watching
real
this
then, right?
video
We have heard
breaking
that the
down
MCU is trying to set up a World War Hulk storyline. This is basically in
San
the
Diego
comics after
Comic
Hulk
Con
was sent
leaks.
out to another planet and shunned out by the Illuminati. He comes back to Earth wanting revenge
I don't
from
know.
everybody that
I don't
kicked him
believe
out. Now,
this
obviously,
one.
the MCU has not set it up that way, so the story will play out very differently. But in the end, it looks like it'll be a bunch of heroes versus Hulk-like characters. That's why I think the She-Hulk series will be very important to set that up. But man, if this is true, it's a bummer to hear it's not going to be a movie. But it makes sense because if you know the behind-the-scenes issues going on, Universal owns the distribution rights to Hulk.
You guys can
and that's
hear
one of
this,
the main
right?
reasons Disney can't make a solo Hulk movie and instead can only put Hulk in team-up movies like Ragnarok or the Avenger films. But when you got Disney Plus and you can dump it on there and not needing to distribute it around the world, there's a loophole that works for good old Kevin Feige. I'm also even liking that it's going to be a 4-part series because that just means it is a movie. It's just cut into 4 parts. The theatrical release makes me interested. Would they release every episode in theaters and then you would have to go to the theater every weekend to finish watching the show? Or would it just be the final episode that goes to theaters? Again, I'm saying,
I don't think it's possible they could.
And that's such a huge thing to reveal. But I'm like,
I don't think it's possible they could do like a 4-part miniseries and release it in theaters. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I would love that. But like if you're charging people full price, like for the general admission, like $11 is approximately what you pay for tickets everywhere. I mean, I pay like around 11-ish, somewhere around there. I don't think you can get people for 4 weeks in a row to go back to back. So yeah, I don't even know if that like overall is possible. But I don't know if you're doing World War Hulk, either you make it this big major series or you make it a big movie. I don't know if it's just a 4-part TV series sounds a little small, you know. And yeah, even Rand's like World War Hulk as a TV series, WTF. Yeah, I don't know. The reason why I don't believe this is because it doesn't seem like that's where Hulk is going in the MCU. I mean, he's Professor Hulk now. He's mastered that ability. I mean, I'm hoping they change it because I don't like Professor Hulk. I want to see the classic Hulk that we all know and love. And I hope and don't get me wrong, I would love a World War Hulk. But I don't know, knowing Marvel and seeing what they've done to the character of Hulk and knowing that he can't be done in movies, that's going to be a big question I got. You know, a big question. But yeah, Chillmonger says Hulk will appear before World War Hulk to get him there. I mean, yeah, that would be the reasonable thing because as of now, as we speak, there's no way they can just jump into World War Hulk. Now we know that he's going to show up in She-Hulk. I hope that he gets to be in She-Hulk a lot because I think it's a little bullcrap that She-Hulk gets a show and Hulk gets almost nothing anymore. But I mean, I doubt She-Hulk will set up World War Hulk. But yeah, if you're gonna do World War Hulk, especially where the MCU is now with the character of Hulk, you do have to set it up somehow, some way, you know. But let's continue with this video. We're almost done with this
Comic-Con panel? Isn't it only like an hour long? And we're going through so much stuff that I think by now it would make it a 2-3 hour panel. Next up, they say here, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, they'll have the cast show up and they'll show some footage. I actually kind of believe that.
This one I believe 100% because you know the movie I believe is done filming. James Gunn's already been teasing stuff. We've already like Adam Warlock. Who's that kid from Where the Millers or Meet the Millers? I forgot the name of it, but Where the Millers, you know, that you guys are gonna pay. Yeah, we know he's gonna be there. We of course know Karen Gillan is coming back, Chris Pratt, Bradley Cooper, Vin Diesel. Of course, we all know they're coming back. But I am wondering who the rest of it is. But James Gunn, of course, James Gunn. I feel like there's no way they're not going to at least show us a quick clip, maybe some images, but specifically the cast. I feel like that's the thing that they are going to show us 100%. But let's continue.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is finished filming. It kind of makes sense that they want to go ahead and tease that since that's something people already know is coming. Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania, also that they'll have some footage from the actors and that Jonathan Majors will send in a video as Kang. This is where these leaks are like getting too good to be true because even if you remember, when Marvel does bring up all their confirmed projects, not every single one of them brings footage. So I kind of wouldn't be surprised if we don't get any Ant-Man footage.
Are you a marketing explorer?
Dang it. Why do I get so many ads?
Footage and maybe just some concept art. Next, we have the Wonder Man series that we know is coming and is in the works because the leak is so ridiculous.
To kind of quickly sum up, what they quickly say here is that they're going to bring back Ralph Bonner in Wonder Man series. Yeah, I know some of y'all probably forgot there was a Wonder Man series actually being developed. But apparently in the show, Ralph Bonner is going to be like his roommate or friend or something like that. And they are going to get Evan Peters. I don't really believe this one. I don't know why, but I just don't see them actually going with Evan Peters returning. However, it's possible because, of course, in the MCU, they've confirmed that Evan Peters is just some actor named Ralph Bonner. I don't know. I mean, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, knowing the MCU, they might probably make a joke about it because the MCU makes a lot of jokes about its own past. Like, for example, the Iron Man 3 reveal of the Mandarin. I forgot the actor's name, but when he came back in Shang-Chi, the entire movie, he was just kind of seen as a joke, you know. So knowing the MCU, they'd probably just make it a running joke, you know.
I kind of believe it, because if you remember in WandaVision, Ralph Boner is an actor, and if Wonder Man is an
All
actor
right,
in the
let's skip
MCU
this
on
one
Earth,
because
it
it
would
was
make
really
sense.
that. But here's the
turned into a boner
Daredevil
joke.
stuff.
We have
Let's
an
get
update
to
here with Daredevil
Daredevil.
saying that Marvel will title the show Daredevil Man Without Fear, which is in reference to one of his comic series. They'll confirm Charlie Cox will be starring in it, and then the thing that was getting a lot of people upset is that they were going to recast Elektra with Isaiah Gonzalez, kind of letting you know what the actors meant when they said it will technically be the same Daredevil show from the past 3 seasons.
Yeah,
but
so
also
this
a bit of a
confirms that it will be like a soft reboot, changing Elektra. So we're gonna get the same, of course, Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio, and then we're of course gonna get Charlie Cox Daredevil, which I feel like we've expected. But yeah, that's the case. It's gonna be like a soft. I mean, it's a reboot. It's the same cast, but it's just in the MCU. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
reboot. That could be exactly what they mean, but that would be really surprising. They would
Let's
just
read
randomly
Arkham
recast
Game's
one of the
comment.
characters.
Let's read it. He says, I think what James Gunn Volume 3 might be the last because he's up at DC. Been doing 3 solo projects on HBO Max, including Peacemaker, and he's probably working on sequel Suicide Squad. Oh yeah, I 100%. I 100% believe this, mainly because I don't think James Gunn wants to work with Marvel anymore, especially or not Marvel, but specifically Disney, because Disney was the one that fired him. He was fired incredibly quick, and let's not deny this. If James Gunn was this much smaller director, he'd probably never have a job again after that. Um, but DC immediately within seconds, Warner Bros. Came up to him and they're like, "Hey, you do whatever you want. You want to do a Superman movie? You want to do a Green Lantern movie? Do whatever you want." And they let James Gunn do whatever he want, and he chose Suicide Squad, and that's obviously a James Gunn movie. And I feel like after Peacemaker and after everything, he's getting far more control at DC. And so I forgot. I know James Gunn has spoken about this before, but yeah, no, this is the final James Gunn Guardians movie. I don't know what they're gonna do after because I don't even know if the Guardians can. I mean, of course they can, but I don't know. I feel like a little iffy without James Gunn. But I'm hoping. I mean, I in a perfect world, I would love James Gunn to do both Marvel and DC. But yeah, his time at Marvel's over. He's gone himself a trilogy. But of course, the situation of him being canceled by Disney, and now he's at Warner Brothers, and he's been given a lot of control. Not only that, but we have to remember. I know the Suicide Squad flopped horribly at the box office, but that movie was loved by many. I mean, just go look at the Rotten Tomato scores. Look how many people love that movie. But specifically, Peacemaker. Peacemaker was incredibly loved. Peacemaker was just loved by nearly everyone, or not everyone, but of course, nearly everyone. So I think it makes much more sense. It makes much more sense for him to go to DC. But yeah, no, in a realistic world, he is going to go to DC, especially because he's spoken about this Guardians movie as being his last. Joe Monger says comic writers switch between Marvel DC too. Yeah, we know that. Like, who's the guy who wrote Eternals? And he also wrote New Gods. Quick, what's his name? Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby. Of course, that's an example. Excuse me. But the difference is making a movie is much harder than making a comic. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll always like making comics, whether you're writing or illustrating, is a fascinating and phenomenal art piece of artwork, and it's honestly amazing. I give props to anyone who writes comics. But making a movie is much more difficult because first of all, you're dealing with a lot more people, hundreds of people on set, whether they're the producers, the cameramen, the lighting people, the boom, the microphone guys, the actors themselves, the extras, everything. You're dealing with a lot of people. You're also trying to get the strengths out of other people. Like when you're a writer, you get to have more control. Like even if you're a director, you don't necessarily have all the control because there's going to be actors who want to change something. There's going to be somebody telling you, hey, we should do something different. But when you're writing, yeah, there's a team, but it's also a much smaller team. And not only that, but you get like, if you want a character to like do something, you just do it on the spot. But if you're trying to make an actor do something, sometimes maybe that actor will say no. It's a little harder to do that. And not only that, but making a movie approximately takes 2 years because when you're a director, you're involved with the script writing, you're involved with the behind the scenes, you're involved with the casting, and then you're involved with the filming. And then after that, you're involved with the post production, the editing, everything, making sure the movie is crisp and 100% perfect. So there is a difference. Like, I mean, of course, you can change. And James Gunn's already shown that he can because he's already done 2 Guardians movies, Suicide Squad, and of course, Peacemaker. Um, Let me think. Are there actors already? I mean, Ben Affleck did Daredevil and Batman. It's like you can change. You can switch. but comics and movies are different, especially for the direct. Like an actor, I would say an actor is much more obvious. An actor can, because you take up approximately like 6 months of your lifetime dedicating yourself to a role and being in the movie, unless you're like working out. Like if you're working out and you're trying to, like for example, if you're playing Superman, you got to be in pure 100% muscly form. So maybe that'll be a little longer, like approximately a year, but still far lesser than what a director takes up. But yeah, in a perfect world, I would love that. Like, don't get me wrong, I find it cool that Christian Bale has now played Batman and Gore the God Butcher, but it's with the director though, that's a little more different because the director has to be focused on one specific project for 2 years. 2 years is at least a minimum, I believe, or not minimum, but around the average time period, especially when you're filming these big comic book movies, because these comic book movies are like over $100 million, and you got a lot more staff, you got a lot more people to worry about. You gotta show what you got to Mr. Feige himself, and Mr. Feige has worked with a lot of talented people, so it's a little difficult to impress him. But yeah.
Well, it looks like they're bringing back Daredevil, Kingpin, but then not Elektra. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but I just don't know if that one is true. But then again, with everything I just said to you that is supposed to happen in this like 1 hour panel, so many reveals and trailers to get through, they're of course going to do the Kevin Feige thing.
1 hour panel. Yeah.
Of one more big reveal just to close it out, just like they did with
Okay,
Blade
this
last
is
time
the
they were
one
at
that
Comic-Con,
excites me
and the
most.
big reveal would be the announcement of who Professor X is and Scott Summers, aka
And I put him in the thumbnail. And I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first saw it, I was like, really? But then after a couple of seconds, I thought about it. And I thought, you know what? Heck yeah. It was 2 hours long in 2019. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that's just because they're gonna show less. I don't know. Because that Comic Con in 2019, oh man, they released a lot of stuff. Well, you know what's funny? They confirmed that the Blade movie was happening back in 2019. 2 years later, and they're just gonna be announcing like cast. Or maybe for all we know, maybe it's not. I mean, yeah, never mind. I was about to say something, but yeah, it's a little. I kind of wish it was 2 hours, but we'll have to wait and see and find out. Rain says Kevin Feige doesn't know what WTF he's doing. Actually, I beg to differ, but I also agree a little bit. So I think Kevin Feige obviously has a plan. Kevin Feige is a man with a plan. But my only fear is that Kevin Feige, and so I made this video, or not video, it was a stream on Thursday. This stream somehow got, like, when I was doing it live, I only had like the average viewership of like 10, 12 people watching live, but it ended up with nearly 1,000 views, a lot of comments, a lot of interaction in this stream that I did on Thursday. But uh one thing I forgot to mention is my biggest worry with the MCU going forward is that Kevin Feige used to do approximately 3 movies a year. 3 movies. And that's already a lot because the job of a producer is incredibly difficult. You got to get the cast, you got to get the people working involved, the directors, everyone. You got to be able to choose the right people to work on the right project. You got to make sure the script is perfect. You got to make sure that the story is perfect. You got to make sure that everything looks perfect. And with 3 movies a year, that's already difficult. You're already doing it. You're already doing so much, man. But now you're doing 3 movies on top of that, but multiple series. Like this year, Moon Knight came out, Doctor Strange, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, the I Am Groot series. You have so much. You have so much. And my fear, and Kevin Feige obviously is having a plan, but you can already tell that the MCU is expanding so much that I don't know how Kevin Feige can maintain the level of control he has had for years. Because part of the reason why the MCU has been successful is that Kevin Feige has had a strong foot in each and every project. But now, when you're stretching yourself out so thin, now it's, oh my god, like how much can he do? How much can a person do? He's doing approximately 4 to 3 movies a year on top of that, but like 3 or 4 Disney Plus series. That is some no producer has ever done that. That many projects that often, like each year. It's, I don't know how Kevin Feige, and that's my fear because now he's introducing the mutants. He's obviously introduced multiverse, time travel, everything, and at some point I think it's going to break. That's my fear with Kevin Feige. I still believe in Feige. I trust the Feige process. Mr. Fergoli himself. Where's the dang it? I don't have an image. Oh, there it is. Mr. Fergoli himself. I trust him. He has shown me why I should trust him. I mean, just look at the build up towards Endgame. That has to be one of the most impressive things any producer has done. However, now it's a surplus. It's like now that we're doing so much, But yeah, Tom Hardy as the Wolverine, Ewan McGregor as Professor X, Christopher Waltz as Magneto, Jamie Dermon as Cyclops. I mean, that sounds interesting. The Tom Hardy one definitely intrigues me, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, find out. My only thing is, I'm hoping for the new X-Men movies is I'm really hoping Cyclops gets the spotlight. You know what? I'll actually say this. Maybe this is unpopular. And by the way, I want to tell you guys I'm a hardcore X-Men fan. The animated series, the X-Men animated series, is still my favorite animated show from any Marvel or DC project ever. I just love that show, man. And then I read a lot of X-Men comics, and I think Antonio asked me this last Thursday. Uh, he asked me what's my favorite Marvel group, and movie wise I'll say the Avengers. But if you're asking me like everything ever, the animated series, comics, anything, I've always said the X-Men. The X-Men just hold such a soft spot in my heart, and even now the X-Men are still my favorite Marvel group. Um and one thing I'm really hoping, and I love Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and I love those original X-Men movies. I grew up with them, and Logan to me is still the second best Marvel movie ever, just behind Spider-Man 2. But I'm really hoping that in the first X-Men movie, at least for the just the first one, I'm really hoping that they don't actually show us Wolverine. I know some of y'all are probably like, "What, Isaac? How could you not have Wolverine in the X-Men?" You know what? It's because I want to focus on Cyclops. I feel like Cyclops was done so dirty in the X-Men movies. I feel like you gotta have Cyclops, man. I feel like it justice for Cyclops. Cyclops is the leader of the X-Men. Why is he not getting the spotlight? Stop making him an a-hole. Let's focus on him. And then maybe in the post-credits, you show Wolverine. Not only that, but this kind of takes off the pressure, because people will get into this X-Men movie, and if it's really good, people will love the X-Men. And then, and then you show Wolverine. I think that's gonna hype up the post credits. Or what we could do is have. It's because I think if you have Wolverine, because everyone's already accepted Wolverine as the face of the X-Men, I think if you have Wolverine as just a side character, people are gonna get mad. So that's why I would rather just have him in a sequel instead, because I'm sorry, but I want Cyclops to get his time, his spotlight. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm sounding frustrated. I just don't know how you can't have Cyclops be in the spotlight. Cyclops, like, he's a legend, man. I really hope they have Cyclops. And you guys can tell I'm a big Cyclops fan. And the one I love those X-Men movies. That first one, X2. I even kind of like The Last Stand. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either. Or I didn't love it, I mean, but I did kind of like it. Then I love First Class. I love all those movies, but I've always felt like Cyclops has just not been done right, because they've obviously made him kind of like a him and Wolverine have a little bit of beef. But yeah, Lee Berry says, "I want Ratcatcher and King Shark show. They stole the Suicide Squad." I mean, that would be nice. That would be nice. Um, Kamuzu, what's up, Kamu? He says, "Good morning, my N words." Oh, cancel right there, Kamu. We got him, boys. Screenshot this, and we'll be leaking Kamuzu's IP address. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Antonio, what's up, Antonio? Of course, the little immigrant right is joining us here. So if anyone could, please call ICE. I'm just kidding. All right. Antonio says X-Men over Inhumans. I don't. I mean, that's obviously not an unpopular opinion. That's a pretty popular opinion. The X-Men are far more known than Inhumans. I like Inhumans. I'm not like the biggest hardcore Inhumans fan, but I am a hardcore X-Men fan. So I'm obviously gonna have to say X-Men. Arkham Gaming says, "Do you think it's just too much? Maybe you should limit to 2 Disney Plus shows a year and 3 movies." If honestly, this is what I would say. If Kevin Feige plans to be the head of Marvel, or the individual head of Marvel, then he should probably start making less projects. So that way, because I think we can all agree when we say this, I would rather have 2 good movies and 2 good series over having like 6 decent movies and 6 decent shows. You know, sometimes less is better than more. Uh, I feel like I would rather have less of a good thing than a lot of a decent thing, mediocre thing. And honestly, if Kevin Feige plans on doing this, I feel like he needs to have somebody like a second man in charge and have him be someone that he completely trusts and completing his vision. You know, that's how I would do it. But if Kevin Feige plans on being the main face that he currently is and do like 4 Disney Plus shows and 3 or 4 Marvel movies a year, I think eventually he's gonna run out of steam. Because you can already kind of see it a little bit more now. You're starting to see. I mean, that's why the MCU Phase 4, a lot of people are criticizing. Although I like the Phase 4 movies, and you guys know that already. I think that you're going to start stretching yourself thin. You know, eventually you're stretching yourself thin. It's kind of like having like 5 good outfits. You love wearing these 5 good outfits, but you keep wearing and wearing and wearing. Eventually, there's gonna be way too much sweat in it. There's gonna be so much dirt in it. The clothes is eventually gonna be so dirty that you just start smelling bad overall. Eventually you got to wash the clothes. You can't just keep wearing the same 5 outfits and never wash them. I don't know. That's probably a bad example, but all right. Um, where was I? I hope they do Cyclops just as he gets done dirty in the movies and also some of the comics. Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, even if they sideline Cyclops, as long as they just make a good movie, overall, that's the only thing I care about. Um, but no, like overall, in general, I would love it if they started focusing on Cyclops. I don't know. I just didn't like him in the X Men movies, and I love the X Men movies, by the way. But you know, could we not sideline him? He is the leader overall. uh, you always try to cancel Kamuzu and me. I mean, of course, man, I gotta cancel you. I'm just, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Um, all right, where was I? The cool guy says they can always make the shows longer and not rush the end to cliffhangers. By the way, I've actually liked most of the Disney Plus shows. Like I loved WandaVision. I like Loki. What came after? Oh wait, before Loki came out, Falcon Winter Soldier. I kind of like that show. You know what? I know this is unpopular, but I like Hawkeye. I mean, there was like 2 episodes I didn't like, but overall I liked it. It was a nice, sweet Christmas series. I felt like it was a nice little holiday season thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, I won't lie. The one criticism I have is that these shows are getting too short. That it feels like they're kind of rushing the ending. Um, But yeah, like Miss Marvel, when episode 5 of Miss Marvel was done, it kind of felt like that was the midpoint of Miss Marvel. Like that kind of felt like, all right, we've gone to halfway through the series. I can't wait for the second half. That's kind of what it felt like. But no, instead the next episode was the finale. I don't know. It's a little disappointing, but um, even though I love Miss Marvel is my second favorite Disney Plus show, and Miss Marvel is now one of my favorite characters in the MCU. I might even say she's my second favorite MCU character. I don't know. I just relate a lot to her. She just reminds me of me. Not as good as my favorite character, Star Lord, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she's there. But yeah. Also, we got the Brian, Master of No. What's up, Brian? He says, "Well, Isaac, they stopped making these movies for fans years ago. It's normie time." And yeah, I mean, look, I'll say this right now. It's the smart thing to do as a company is focus on the general audience, because whether people want to accept it or not, the hardcore fans only make up like approximately 20 to 30% of the movie tickets. And look, if I'm just seeing, I'm just not seeing Kambu's comments. But no, like I'm like, I mean, I of course, like, this is why I've always said this. I don't think comic accuracy makes a good movie. I mean, you take, like, this is what I love about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I know some comic fans get mad at me when I say this, but I don't care about comic accuracy. But one thing that the MCU does is that they do have comic book elements, but they kind of make it their own. For example, Civil War. A lot of people love Civil War. To some people, it's in their top 5 favorite MCU movies. But Civil War is much different from the comic. I mean, it has the same general overall arcing story, but it's just done differently, like much more differently in the comic. But people still love it, even though it wasn't comic accurate. That's why I don't like the complaint about comic accuracy. The only time I can understand the complaint is if they completely change the identity of the character. Like, for example, let's say they make a Batman movie where he's not wearing the bat suit at all. Like, I can understand that. But yeah, it's the smart thing to do is always go for the general audience. And like, I know I would love a Cyclops to be the face of the X-Men movies, at least in the MCU. I understand completely that they're gonna go with Wolverine because Wolverine's a more recognizable face. But yeah. um Hashtag Cyclops is right. Lol, I remember that hashtag. Oh my god. I still don't know what Jean Grey's powers are besides the Phoenix, I guess. Dang, man. Hawkeye was man. Like, I didn't think it was like great, but I quite enjoyed it. I had fun with it. And I'll say this right now. I'm a sucker for Christmas movies, Christmas shows, or anything with that clearly indicates that it's Christmas time. Because especially, I mean, of course, I can't watch that stuff if it's not Christmas, but if it's around December, November, it's just Christmas just makes you happy, and I like Hawkeye. I mean, it's not the best show that Disney Plus has released, but it was fun. It was enjoyable. I had quite a good time, and of course, I thought Clint Barn, what's the actor's name? Jeremy Renner. I think Jeremy Renner was great in that movie. But yeah. John Tron thinks Falcon and Winter Soldier was all right because I had an African American protagonist. Shit, Kamuzu, you're right. I wanted to see more white men representation. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I thought it was all right. Crap. Maybe Kamu's right because my favorite character in that movie was John Walker. I remember everyone on Twitter was expecting John Walker to have a racism moment, like where he all of a sudden comes out as like a white supremacist Nazi or something like that. But that never happened. I mean, of course, he's still a shitty person, but no, I like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I didn't love it. Like, for example, I won't deny it. The first 3 episodes, I wasn't like I liked them, but they weren't things that got me like super pumped, super excited. But you know what? I enjoyed it either way. But yeah. Antonio says, Isaac, who do you think is an overrated Marvel character in general, not movie wise? Overrated, huh? So this has to be a popular character because if you're saying overrated, that means a lot of people love this character. Um, I don't know. You're gonna have to give me time to think about that because it has to be an iconic character. But from the top of my head, I don't like. I love Iron Man. I love Captain America. I love Spider Man. I love Hulk. Um, I don't know. Okay, I'll think about this. I will star this comment and maybe I'll respond it later because I honestly don't know. Give me Sam, Bucky, and Zemo all day, every day. Heck yeah, man. I want to see Zemo in that Thunderbolts movie, man. I can't wait. Brian Masternon says facts. Marvel does a good job translating to the general audience. And yeah, I agree. Because that's where the money's made. You know. Yeah. Look, because here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this: the hardcore comic fans are always gonna go watch a movie just because that red logo is there. We're always gonna watch it. But the general audience isn't always going to watch it. So if you're only focusing on comic accuracy, what you're going to do is you're going to isolate the general audience. And if you isolate them, then they're not going to come to these movies. However, the hardcore fans, they're going to go regardless. They're going to go either way. So it's like, why would you risk losing the money that you still don't have 100% solidified when you can make that money and you can also make the money from the hardcore fans, you know? Um, Now what you can't do is you can't isolate the hardcore fans. However, that's incredibly difficult to do if I'm going to be honest. Uh, but no, the MCU does something really good because the MCU, what it does is it takes stories from comics and then it makes it for the general audience. It makes it in a way where you don't have to be a comic fan to be a fan of this. And I feel like it also satisfies most comic fans because if comic book movies are popular because comic book fans kind of made it popular, but it's also because the general audience and most comic book fans love the MCU too. So it's kind of you get a best of both worlds. I mean, yeah, there are people out there who don't like the MCU, but they're not the majority. You got to focus on the majority. Like that business wise, like as a business, as a company, you always got to focus where the money is made. You can't focus on the things that aren't making you money. You got to focus on the things that do make you money. You know what I mean? But yeah. It is what it is. Excuse me. And the beautiful thing, and I hate when people gatekeep in fandom, but the beautiful thing about the MCU is that it's introduced so many things to people who would have never picked up a comic. There are actual people I know now who have picked up comics because of the movies, and they've now become hardcore comic fans because the movies. I won't lie to you. The first stuff when I was a kid that I grew up with was the X-Men animated series, the Batman animated series, some of the early X-Men, Spider-Man movies, the Dark Knight trilogy. That stuff eventually got me to read comics. It wasn't just that I picked up a comic and then immediately then after that I watched movies. And that's the beautiful thing. I love seeing movies. I love seeing fans Just enjoy the thing, because that's the thing about fandom. I think people need to start appreciating the beauty of fandom. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of toxicity, there's a lot of terrible stuff. It's actually why I get a little exhausted of the Snyder fandom, because a lot of Snyder fans will complain and complain and complain. And at some point, I just don't want to complain anymore. At some point, I just want to celebrate the things we love. And that's the thing I love, that the MCU has done. It's opened up this gate for people who would have never read comics or would have never known these characters. I mean, never in my entire life did I think I would see people talk about Thanos. Like when Infinity War came out, Thanos immediately took over pop culture. Never in my life did I think that purple giant would become so popular amongst general audiences, but now he's an icon. Now I mean, of course, he's not Vader level popular, but I would say he's pretty close up there. And I think that's the beauty. I just love seeing that. Like, I think that's just beautiful. Um, oh crap, I was gonna talk about Charles Xavier, but right now I'm really getting caught up with the comments. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Bucky was main in Civil War. Crap. Um, uh, Antonio says, Isaac, do you think Marvel Studios should do a Civil War or Avengers versus X-Men? I don't think they should do anything. I mean, what they should do is make good movies. I mean, don't get me wrong, Avengers versus X-Men would be cool as long as you have a good story. But if you're asking me like, wait, do you mean like Civil War, like comic accurate Civil War? Because immediately you can't do that anymore. Because of course Iron Man is dead and Captain America is old. Of course the MCU is the fake that cinematic universe. I don't know. But I would love to see that. I mean, I would like to see that. But yeah, yeah. Uh, Comic fans and most DC fans don't like Snyder either. I mean, I'm a hardcore DC comic. I won't lie to you. I'm a diehard DC fan, and I have more of a bias towards DC. I mean, I'm still a Marvel fan, and I love Marvel. Um, but I don't know. I honestly don't care. But no, I feel like my biggest problem with Snyder fans is that the Snyder fandom is so gatekeeping, and they get so mad if you dare oppose them, that it's gotten to a point where even I, who's a hardcore Snyder fan, and I love the Snyder DCU, even I've gone exhausted. I don't know. I, I, I was about to say something, but I probably shouldn't. I'm just kidding. Salty DC fanboys don't like the MCU equals jealousy. Lol. I'm fine if you don't like the MCU. My problem with some of the DC fans out there is that they make it seem like the MCU is brainwashing children into like believing in some like cult conspiracy. And I feel like it's like, dude, it's like if you don't like a movie, do a review, put it out publicly, and then shut up. Like that's what I do. You know, you don't have to like tell people. Like I hate when people are like, "Oh, if you like MCU movies, then you're not a real comic fan." It's like, okay, who cares? So what? I'm winning. At the end of the day, the person that's winning is the person that liked the movie. Stop making it seem like you're a loser for not liking the movie. Like that's the thing that frustrates me about some DC fans out there. And of course, I'm still gonna say this right now. I prefer DC over Marvel every day, all day, even back in 2018 and 2019 when it wasn't popular to say that. But um but I'm just exhausted of the whole MCU is brainwashing children into mediocre movies. It's like, okay, who cares? Kids don't care. Kids just want to watch a movie, have fun. Same thing with a lot of adults. Same thing with a lot of any age, really. People just want to go have fun, enjoy a movie. Sometimes you want something dark and serious like the Batman. Sometimes you want something fun and wonderful like Thor: Love and Thunder. Sometimes you just want a bit of both. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just who cares? Just suck it up. Like people need to stop making it seem like movies are objective. Movies are not objective. Movies are subjective. Movies work in the perspective of each and every individual fan. They're not just one thing that you can gatekeep forever. And that's why I get so exhausted of seeing the DC fandom. Like I remember one time I was on a panel with some DC fans a couple of months ago, and I remember the entire time. Now they're hardcore Snyder fans, and the entire time they're just bashing Marvel, saying Marvel can't do something as cool and serious as Snyder. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. Look, I think the Snyder DCU movies are better than the entire MCU. I don't care what anyone says. Maybe that's unpopular, but at the end of the day, I still love the MCU. And I'm not saying you have to love it. What you should do is just say, hey, I don't like the MCU. It's just not for me. Move on. I don't get why you have to attack anyone who dares to be a fan of the MCU. And that's why most of the people I talk to tend to be Marvel fans, because Marvel fans are a little more calmer. Although Marvel fans are a little bit bitchy towards DC, but I mean, who cares? Like people should just enjoy what they want. And if it's unpopular, like for example, one thing I respect Brian is a big Star Trek fan, but a lot of y'all, and I can't guarantee you, and a lot of you guys in the chat probably have never seen Star Trek, including me. But the thing I love about Brian is Brian's public about it. He's like, who cares? I like Star Trek, even though he gets made fun of. Because a lot of times, if you mention you're a Star Trek fan, you're kind of made fun of because Star Trek isn't as popular as it was before. And even with like hardcore nerds. But I'm happy that Brian loves Star Trek because I want him to enjoy Star Trek. Who wants to take away the joy of another person's love, It's like telling somebody they can't like this girl. Like let's say you're dating a girl and then your friend says you can't like that girl because I don't know, I don't, maybe she wears a white shirt and he doesn't like white shirts. Like, who cares? Why do you have to take away my joy? I don't know. But Brian Master of None says, I never read a comic book. The X-Men cartoon was my gateway. Who am I to gatekeep? Yeah, I mean, X-Men cartoon was my first introduction to X-Men, but I did read X-Men comics after, like, when I started getting a little, like, I mean, of course not older. I was like 10 or 11. But no, the first thing I ever watched was the X-Men animated series. But yeah. But yeah, like, I hate when people say, "Oh, you're not a real fan if you didn't read the comics." No, you're a fan. The definition of a fan is being someone who liked the thing that they claim to be a fan of. Being a fan doesn't mean you have to read the comics. I mean, if they're movies, who cares? Who cares? Like, Thanos is a meme. I mean, everything's a meme, really. Thanos became an iconic villain thanks to Infinity War. I mean, he was iconic towards comic book fans prior, but general wise, he became incredibly popular because of Infinity War. No one has really ever gone. Louis Berry says, I want the Ayer cut and Schumacher cut. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see the Ayer cut, especially. But yeah, it is what it is. The Fez Man 93. I think that's the first time I see that name. What's up, Fez Man? How are you doing? They say they could also get X-Men cartoon route and have Jubilee in the films. Yeah, it is. Yeah. The cool guy says, how long until we start getting Marvel Mech Strike Monster Force live action? Ooh, sounds interesting. I don't know when. I don't even know what the S word is. Crap. What's the S word? Shit, I don't know. Slut? I think maybe slut's the term. I don't know. Salty cracker. Dang it, I said cracker. Am I gonna get canceled? I'm just kidding. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Isaac. Yeah. And Brian's always speaking, it's preaching the gospel, I'm just kidding. I want both. Crap, I forgot what we were talking about. Both. I don't know. I love both Marvel and DC. I don't know. Snyder boys hold their noses up to movies like the MCU is beneath them. It's elitism. I can't stand. Yeah, I agree. And that's, oh crap. We got a lot of comments. Holy crap. Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry if I don't catch up. Sorry. I already see Alex, Camus, Kavari, everyone. But I don't know. Give me some time to catch up. But yeah, I just can't stand when people pretend to be better than other people. And a lot of Snyder fans. And again, remember, I'm a hardcore Snyder stan. Like, I'm always gonna simp for my man Zack Snyder. But as a hardcore Snyder fan, one thing I can't stand is when Snyder fans start saying, "Oh, our movies are better and our movies are real cinema." It's like, okay, who cares? Cool, you like your movies. Okay, let everyone else enjoy their movies. This isn't sports, guys. Like, this isn't sports. In sports, I know you have to support one team. Like, of course, like if you're a Barcelona fan, you probably shouldn't like Real Madrid, or if you're a Texans fan, you shouldn't like the Cowboys, whatever. But this isn't sports. This is just movies. We should just enjoy what we enjoy. At the end of the day, it's all subjective. I don't know, superheroes, or at least most of them, have always been for kids larger than life. By the way, I also want to say it's funny because like nerds will get mad when other people, like general audience, don't understand nerd culture, but yet nerds themselves fight within the nerd culture. Like Marvel, DC fans, everything. It's like, you do realize that you want people to enjoy the stuff you like, but you also cause so much division to a point like, why would somebody in the outside even want to join y'all? I don't know. Superheroes, or at least most of them, have always been for kids and have been larger than life. Yeah, yeah, that is true. It wasn't until like recently that's when like darker stuff. I mean, not recently, I guess decades ago, but it wasn't until recently that now superheroes are starting to become a little more for adults. But at the end of the day, they've always began and will always be for kids. Families really. Star Trek is actually good. I do want to watch Star Trek though. I do want to watch Star Trek, but dang, Alex is like 20 years old and watching Star Trek. That's pretty cool. Star Trek has never been. Oh crap, Kavari says, what's the rumored DC project that will get announced at Comic-Con according to Ashley? Do you know what it is? I don't know. I don't really talk to people who know inside stuff. I don't know. So I can't really. I mean, I honestly have no theory. I have no theory what the heck she knows. I don't know. Uh, Star Trek has never been for me. I like Star Wars. I do want to watch Star Trek. Like for example, I can't judge Star Trek. I've never seen Star Trek because Patrick Stewart's in it. I probably will check it out. I do. I'm of course a hardcore Star Wars fan. Um, but no, I do want to check out Star Trek eventually. I do want to check it out. I feel like as a nerd, you probably should check it out at least once. But yeah, uh, people try to poke fun of me for liking Trek. I try to set an example for y'all to have thicker skin. Newsflash: part of being a nerd is dealing with getting made fun of. Yeah, I agree. That's the thing I respect about you. Like you still publicly like love Star Trek, even though it's not like the popular thing to do. And yeah, um, like me, for example, I love Eternals. One of my most unpopular opinions ever on this channel has been that Eternals, and I still stand by these words, Eternals is my favorite MCU movie. And I know most of y'all either didn't like Eternals or just don't see it that high, but it was just my favorite. And I understand, and I remember some people, I had like two people in like a group chat told me that I lost all credibility for saying that Eternals is not a good movie. I'm only saying that because I want to make it like make myself seem unpopular or anything like that. But no, I was like, no, I'm just gonna be honest with you. What do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to lie? Because I can lie easily, but why would I? And I had thick skin, and I just said, all right, I'll suck it up and just tell people I like Eternals. So what? Same thing with Morbius. A lot of people were surprised when I said that I liked Morbius, but that's just me. And I feel like nerds do need to have thick skin, especially Snyder fans. And look, I'm young myself, but I do think there's a thing that some young people out there don't have thick skin. A lot of them are still sensitive towards a lot of them are very sensitive if you like dare make fun of them in some way. I mean, look, of course bullying is never good, but I feel Snyder fans, a lot of them are pretty young people, and I feel like some young people out there just don't understand how to deal with criticism. And I feel like to some extent you do need to learn eventually how to. Because when I was younger, I just had to learn that lesson. I had to learn that, I had to learn who cares, unless I'm doing something genuinely bad and someone's giving me general criticism. I don't know, but if it's something like something simple as just liking something that's unpopular, I don't know. It's difficult to explain, but I feel like there's just way the Snyder fandom is filled with a lot of people who don't understand how nerd culture should really operate, because I feel like our differences is what makes us special. Because no matter whether we're black, white, Jewish, gay, Muslim, whatever, at the end of the day, we're all nerds and we enjoy the same things. And I feel like we need to start acknowledging that instead of like complaining because somebody happened to like another movie more than another, especially the whole Snyder stuff. People literally went into full on arguments because of a turkey. It's like I feel like especially grown adults arguing over a turkey. That has to be one of the silliest things ever. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like sometimes nerd culture can get stupid. Isaac, do you like Boy Scout 8090 Cyclops or the extremely serious version of Cyclops? I like both. I like a mixture of both. I guess I prefer the series version of Cyclops, but I'm also fine with the Boy Scout version. I think I would love them to do like in the middle where he's like hopeful and optimistic, but he can get serious when he needs to. I feel like that's the kind of perfect version. People need to shut up about director's cut of movies. It's super annoying. No, I think it's all right to promote wanting a director's cut. I feel like people. I will say this though, not everything needs a director's cut, because directors have every right to want a cut, but at the same time, a studio has every right to say, "Hey, we just don't want this. We don't want that." Because at the end of the day, the studio is the one investing their money. They're the ones that are losing the money at the end of the day if it doesn't work out. I don't know, but with the Snyder Cut, I guess it was a little different, but I don't know. But yeah, we got him. Crap, what did I say? Both comedy and serious. I like both comedy and serious. It just depends. I don't know. I'm spamming low. Go ahead, Brian. Antonio says, Isaac, I meant Civil War 2. I didn't mean to say Civil War. Oh, okay. Because for some reason I thought that you were trying to say that like the original Civil War, but like do that live action. It's kind of like how some people want Dark Knight Returns. But not with Bat, because yeah, I mean, technically BVS was inspired by Dark Knight Returns, but like doing actual authentic comic, I thought that's what you meant. I don't know. I think I would still prefer Avengers versus X-Men. I don't know, but that's just me. Am a DC fan. I generally think Snyder is an overrated director. Half his movies are trash. I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. A lot of DC fans don't like Snyder. I personally, as a hardcore DC fan, I love Zack Snyder's movies. I love all of them. Zack Snyder's Justice League is. It's always tough because my two favorite movies are Spider-Man 2 and Zack Snyder's Justice League. But yeah, it's in my favorites. BVS is also in like a top 10. Man of Steel, I completely love. But yeah. Isaac, you are speaking the words I've been trying to say, love. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I have a lot of them. Like, for example, my Morbius opinions, my Eternals. Um, I don't know. You guys, crap. I don't know what other unpopular opinions I have. I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan of like I'm not the biggest Blade Runner fan. I'll say that. I mean, I like the two movies, but I'm not like a hardcore. Like I'm not somebody who can say, "Oh, I love this cinematic classic movie." Okay, I have one unpopular opinion. I don't think Citizen Kane is all that great. I think it's a really good movie, but it's not like masterpiece level. I'll say that. Another unpopular opinion, I guess, is I actually really, really like Godfather Part 3. It's not as good as anywhere near as the level of the first two, but I think Godfather Part 3 is pretty solid. I think it's pretty good. Um, oh my god, we got K Dots in the chat. What's up? I don't know what other unpopular I guess you'd have to remind me what they are. Um, I have actually one that Brian maybe might agree because he's the only other fan I know of this show, at least on YouTube. I think How I Met Your Mother is a better show than Friends, and I love Friends, but I think How I Met Your Mother is the better show. I love How I Met Your Mother. Um, Arkham Gaming says, I stop acknowledging Snyder fans because they take everything seriously. It doesn't seem like people can enjoy DC because if you don't like something Snyder DC, you're not a DC fan. Yeah, that's my little fear. Some Snyder fans are a little too sensitive. I don't know. A lot of them take it personal, and I feel like in nerd culture, you need to stop taking things personally. It's like when some people said I lost credibility for giving Eternals a really good review. It's like, okay, I said, who cares? If you don't like my reviews, you don't have to watch it. And I'm fine if you don't agree with me, but I just moved on. I moved on. And I feel like a lot of Snyder fans, they're incredibly sensitive to anything. Like I remember when they started backlashing Peacemaker, I just said, dude, guys, it's just a quick cameo. So what? Suck it up. Just a quick cameo. I get if you don't like the cameo, but to like start saying James Gunn's ruining the vision, he hates Zack Snyder. I feel like that's where you're starting to, get to stupid territory, small PP energy, But I'm a hardcore Snyder fan either way. Morbius is the movie of all time. Honestly, I'm enjoying this MCU backlash after all of years of DC fans going through something low at the table has turned. I mean, no, to be fair, that's only coming from like a certain percentage of people. Still, right now, the MCU is in a far more popular form than any franchise out there. Like the MCU is the MCU is the most popular movie franchise out there now and probably for the next 5 years. I don't know how long, but no, the MCU's yeah, I mean, yeah, there's people criticizing it, but they're not even half of the minority. They're like a good 20%. I don't know. Um, Some boys can learn to take a joke. I would say some jokes are horrible, but still you should embrace some of it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, yeah, I feel like people need thick skin. I mean, I get it. If there's people doing genuinely bad things, then you should probably call it out, say something like that. But a lot of times it's just somebody saying, "Oh, I don't like BVS," and then they'll be like, "Oh, well, you don't understand true cinema." I don't know, but yeah, the turkey thing. Um, oh my god, wait, hold up. Antonio says Snyder fans probably punch the air when they see someone not having Snyderverse related merch. Yeah, probably. The turkey thing was the dumbest thing I've ever witnessed on YouTube. People lost their goddamn minds. Yeah, I mean, I won't say too much. I mean, of course, it's public, but I remember seeing how Jarbo and Max were dealing with this. I remember I was kind of like, oh my god. Because honestly, like, I think that's one thing I feel like I do better than most people. Crap. I don't want to sound cocky. I don't want to sound egotistical or anything. I mean, I'm a shitty YouTuber either way. I mean, there's a reason why I have a small channel. But one thing I feel like I do slightly better than most people is I don't really tend to care too much of what people say about me. I mean, yeah, I'll care if it's like, especially if it's like a friend of mine. Like if Brian came up to me and said, "Hey, Isaac, your newest video, you said something pretty controversial. You probably should think about it." And that because I feel like some people get a little sensitive. I feel like real friends will always tell you when you're doing something like stupid, you know. Um, but I think for the most part, you should just like kind of suck it up. Understand. especially if it's people who will always just get mad at you for something. Eventually, you just got to move on or something like that. You just got to you got to do you. You got to do you. Except if it's like a friend genuinely trying to tell you something important. I feel like then that like you, especially having a conversation. But the whole turkey thing was just more like, oh my god, that was just stupid. That was just uh stupid. It's the turkey thing was just incredibly like it baffles me looking back how it all panned out. More the MCU will burn at Comic-Con and Morbius will shine. This is gonna be if Morbius 2 gets announced.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah!
All right, I'm gonna try skipping some comments I probably shouldn't read. Sorry, but I'm trying to see. Uh Morbius ain't unpopular though. Yeah, it is. Most people don't like. Even the people making the memes don't like it. Come on, come on. We have to acknowledge that Morbius is not popular. It's unpopular to say you like the movie. How I Met Your Mother is goats, screaming goats. Yeah, I love How I Met Your Mother. I I I don't have Hulu, but there are times where I'll just like get a 1 month trial of Hulu just to watch How I Met Your Mother again. And I've actually liked How I Met Your Father. The first season, I just thought that the season was way too short because I didn't even know that was the season finale. Because I was like, oh, there's only 8 episodes. They're like 30 minutes short. Or I don't even know if they've reached 8 episodes. I think it was less. I like How I Met Your Father, but How I Met Your Mother is just a classic, man. It's a classic. It's Isaac's fault. Morbius didn't make 7 billion. Shit, you're right, Kate. God damn it. I'm just kidding. DC Dots is another DC fan. He doesn't like Director Snyder. I was Team Jarbo on the turkey thing. Crap, I forgot what the sides were. So my assumption, I'm trying to remember. Matt Jarbo said that the turkey, because in the turkey picture, I'll actually try seeing if I can find it. You know what? We're not gonna watch this video anymore. I feel like y'all already get the gist of it. What was it? Snyder turkey. Snyder turkey. I probably could find it. Oh wait, let me put myself full screen for a little bit. Let's see if I can find it. I feel like I should be able to find it. Okay, here's one image of it. Uh, yeah, that image on the top right. So you see like a Final Crisis book, and I believe what Jarbo said was that this didn't really mean anything because the clip is this was taken in Thanksgiving, by the way. In the clip, um, the turkey, it just shows Zach showing the turkey and then the Final Crisis in the back. And Max had said that may be a sign of something. Now, to me, from what I've said from the beginning is I don't really care. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Either way, at the end of the day, I think we can all agree it's just a video for turkey. Um, no, but my whole perspective was that regardless of the thought, it didn't really matter. It's not going to change anything. Um, but if I was told I had to pick one side, I would say it's probably nothing. I feel like, I mean, I don't think Zach just happened to have the book there. I do think he put it there, but I feel like the most likely scenario was that maybe he just wanted to be like, hey, DC fans, I love DC, so I put this comic here. I don't think it was necessarily him saying, oh, the Snyderverse is going to be restored and we're going to do something like it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But either way, I just didn't care. But I was just so surprised seeing the arguments and everything like that. I don't know. Isaac is objective. He has Snyder fans and non-Snyder fans, Marvel or MCU fans sub to his channel. Thank you, man. But yeah, I try to be as honest as I can while also being respectful. Like for example, I didn't like Thor: Love and Thunder, but I didn't hate it either. But like I didn't like the movie, but I want y'all to enjoy it. Like I want Antonio to tell me that he liked Thor: Love and Thunder because at the end of the day, why should I take away the joy of somebody else? And also I don't. If you notice, I would never call movies trash or horrible. The worst I'll call a movie is dumpster fire, but I rarely ever use it. And maybe I probably shouldn't say this, but I kind of get exhausted when YouTubers out there, I don't want to say their names, when they constantly keep calling a movie trash or something trash because I feel like that word is so overused that it means almost nothing to me at this point anymore. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even say much. But yeah, I don't know. But thank you, Anthony. I try to at least be respectful if somebody has a differing opinion to me than me. But yeah, like, I had this guy named Flavari. Now, I won't lie to you. I kind of regret how I acted when the Ezra Miller stuff was first coming out. I feel like I should have taken my time with it. I should have instead of making the multiple videos I did, I should have taken my time and made an entire what I should have done is waited, taken my time, and then had made a video where I was more kind of looking at it in a more objective stance instead of like getting mad real quick. And I do regret those. But around this time, I had this guy named Flavari. And he's often in my comment sections. And I remember he was going through all my videos, spamming me saying, "Oh, I'm an idiot, I'm stupid." And he even was arguing with me on Max's channel and everything like that. Um, and then eventually, like after a couple of months, we became friends. We became friends. He started subscribing here and he started learning more about me. And then I even said, you know what, I do regret those videos because I feel like in such a serious scenario like this, I should have instead of just immediately going on the hate train, I should have just taken my time with it. I should have just waited for more stuff to come out, or I should have made something more objective instead of just quickly getting mad. And at the end of the day, I'll be straight up with this. I don't know if Ezra's. I don't want to talk about it, but I don't know if they are innocent or guilty. I don't know, nor should, nor can I pretend to know like I know, you know. But I loved being coming friends with Flavar because he then learned about me, and then I was like, yeah, man, I kind of wish I just didn't make those videos because I felt like I was being way too quick, you know. But yeah, um, yeah, but I don't know. I just try being respectful. Like I just even if somebody loves something I don't like, you know? Because honestly, I don't get why people need to be so shit. Like especially when somebody says they like The Last Jedi, you'll have people being like, "Oh, you're not a real Star Wars fan. Oh my god, you love woke Kathleen Kennedy." Oh, it's like, okay, just shut up, man. Who cares? Who cares? Like, what do you lose from a person liking something you don't like? You know? I don't know. But I tried to tell them they were being stupid. Did they listen? Hell no. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I do kind of wish that at the time I had like I mean, I probably wouldn't have changed anything, but I wish I had talked to Max like personally. Like I wish I had like gone on like DMs, but I didn't do that at the time. Um, but no, I would have done that. Like I would have been like, "Hey Max, even if you believe something, could you like you do have to understand how to handle such a situation like this instead of making this big ass panel arguing about it. You should kind of be like, hey, you know, regardless on what side you were in, I feel like you should have just kind of been like, yeah, it's just a picture of the turkey, man. Like whether you think it's a whether you think it's something like a news flash or something or trying to confirmation or something. I feel like you should have still sat back and thought, hey, you know what? It's a picture of the turkey. There's no reason to argue over it, you know? More right? So I don't get the turkey thing. I'm sure more people who make the memes haven't seen the movie. Yeah, probably. But the turkey thing was odd. It's I know when it's hard to explain it because when you explain this entire situation, it just sounds stupid. But yeah, the whole argument was that some people thought that this book, Final Crisis in the back, was Zach trying to hint at the restoration of a Snyderverse. And then there's other people saying the book just happened to be there. And some people said, but why would you have a book in the kitchen? Well, my response to that would be, I mean, look at that. That's a big table right there. That's a big table right there, man. Like, so what? I mean, if I had a big table like that, I'd probably have some books there. I don't know. I'd probably have some things. I mean, I'm not saying this means anything. To me, my overall thought was just, who cares? Who cares? There's far more better things to talk about, you know? Um, me too. I want the bro code Barney's and other books. Oh my god. Wait, can you actually buy the actual bro code? I still remember that the number one rule of the bro code was uh you can't sleep with like a bro's sister or mom, but like their stepmom, stepsister, aunts or cousins are like fair game. I still remember I want to get a shirt that says happy not a Father's Day. I love that show, man. I love How I Met Your Mother. That was actually one of my first videos I did. Was like this video talking about How I Met Your Mother. I won't lie to you. I used to not like the end. I won't say what the ending is to some of y'all who probably want to watch it. I used to not like the ending of How I Met Your Mother, but I actually now looking back, I really love that ending. Although I think that's probably unpopular, but the ending to How I Met Your Mother kind of felt more real, and I actually really loved it. Even though initially I didn't, but now I do. I kind of came around and I loved it. But yeah, I love How I Met Your Mother, man. It's a beautiful story, you know. I mean, I still question why would Ted tell his kids all these stories because his kids are like around 12, 13. And I think at one point he tells them about how he almost completed the tricycle. And for those who don't know, that means threesome. I mean, I don't know. I probably wouldn't tell my kids that, but Yeah. But either way, I still love this show, man. Also, we got Coffee Machine. What's up, man? He's back. He says, "Y'all remember the turkey thing?" Yeah, it was crazy. I think I did like one stream on it, but that was it. I don't know. But I remember the turkey thing kind of just woke me up to just seeing that Snyder fans will argue over anything, really. I don't know, but Brian says Max is still delusional about the turkey. Jarbo, like everyone else, it's nothing burger. Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest. I feel like there are some people out there who probably order nothing burgers. Like they'll just get like the bread, but no meat or nothing. It's just like the bread, like the buns. I mean, John Tron is racist. What do you mean, man? I don't watch NASCAR. I don't watch Formula One. But then again, I did watch the Cars trilogy, so maybe I am a racist. I'm just kidding. I like Thor: Love and Thunder. I was able to watch it since the jokes were so unfunny. I didn't realize they were jokes. Oh my god, that reminds me of that joke that says, "Man, that was so funny, I forgot to laugh." I mean, there's some jokes I liked. I won't lie to you. Like, there's this joke at the beginning where I forgot what Thor says, but they're in the Guardian ship, and then the goats look so scared and shocked that they just stare. They stop screaming and they stare at him. I remember I was laughing pretty hard. But yeah, Brian says trash is like woke. Get new analogies like grandma motherfucker. I'm just kidding. But yeah, um, yeah, Isaac the woke YouTuber. God dang it, woke. I mean, yeah, I have to eventually wake up. Man, imagine the Geeks and Gamers crew when they realize they need to wake up to go, to just live basically. um Isaac, who do you watch the most? Like, are you saying like in general, or do you mean like within our group, like on our community? Because if we're saying community wise, I guess I would say, I mean, I watch them all. Like, I like watching Hollywood After Dark. I like watching Point Extra Lounge. I like MME. I guess the most I watch out of all of them is probably MME. Um, Yeah, probably Max's channel, probably. But I do watch them all. Although the problem with Enosh and Jarbo is that I can't really watch live because they stream pretty late at night. So I have to like wait till the next morning. But usually I love watching podcasts. Like I wake up pretty early in the morning to go run in the morning, and I run for like approximately 2 hours. And I'll often like put a podcast on. Sometimes it's either Enosh's stream or Jarbo's stream, and I'll just watch I'll just watch. I mean, not watch, but I'll listen. I'll like listen while I go for a run, or like if I'm doing something else, I'll just put that on in the background. I like having background conversation, even like when I'm driving. I don't really play music when I drive anymore. I now more really most just play podcasts or something like that. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, I guess Max is the one I see the most in the community. I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't keep up with those stats. I'm just kidding. Brian says, I have a lot of respect for you, Isaac. Thank you, Brian. He says, out of all the people we stream with, you annoy me the least. Low. That's probably not a good sign because I'm a pretty annoying person. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I love you too, Brian. You're a very good guy. I also like that you do kind of call out like actual bullshit. I feel like you're the perfect person to be next to Max because sometimes Max will say something really stupid, and then you'll be there like, nah, come on, bro. Like, really? I don't know. Like, you kind of maintain Max under control, or not. Not okay. That's not probably exact truth, but you kind of like balance out Max's stream. Like, Max will say something, and then you'll like different. You'll be like, yeah, come on, dude. Really? Like, especially that turkey thing. I don't know. Where was I? I want the Batfleck movie. Heck yeah, man. I mean, Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman. But yeah, I do think that overall, if you're no matter who you are, when you're in the movie fandom or nerd fandom, really comics, movies, whatever, I think the thing that people need to understand is that it's all subjective, and that we need to like having like mini debates. Like, I guess if you want to argue, I don't know, which Thor movie is better, Thor Ragnarok or Love and Thunder? Those having fun little conversations, I think that's cool. I just hate when people start taking it so personal. Like, when people like, especially the Snyder fandom, I feel like people just take it incredibly personally. Like, there's so many videos out there of people saying why people hate the Snyderverse, and their arguments are always like, "Oh, well, people don't like the Snyderverse because they're MCU fans and they're MCU stands and they don't understand darker movies." It's like, okay, cool. So what? Well, who cares? That's just people's personal taste. Your personal taste is liking darker movies. Their personal taste is liking more fun comedy movies. Nobody's wrong for it. That's just people's different perspectives. And I don't get why you make it seem like a bad thing. There's no one reason why people didn't like the Snyder movies. The reason why is because just people just didn't like it. Who cares? Who cares? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like people should just be calm, respectful, And I do regret a lot of the things I did during the Ezra Miller stuff. I was kind of like, I was like, I was like, just like I feel like I wasn't look. That's like the one thing I kind of regret most on my channel was more how quick I was to be mad, rather than. That's why if you realize, like, you go watch my recent videos post that, I try to be relaxed. I try to be calm. I try to look at it every way I can, because I feel like we live in a world where people see things way too black and white, and nobody wants to discuss the gray in the middle. It's actually why I get frustrated with the Snyder fandom. People need to realize it's not that simple. Woke, snap back to reality. uh, Brian Masters None says, "Does watching NASCAR make you a racist?" Because I gotta go there and cancel Master. Oh my god, racist. I mean, it is racing. NASCAR race. Am I a racist? Oh my god, imagine the person who doesn't know what that term means, and so they'll just like call themselves a racist. Like, yeah, I'm a racist. I love NASCAR. I love Formula One. I don't know. I never watched racing. I mean, I did watch the Cars trilogy, so I guess that considers me as a racist. By the way, I think Kamuzu's probably working on a out of context Isaac montage, and he's probably gonna clip this out. I mean, there's a lot of things I say out of context. Wait, movie managed entertainment. Yeah, that's what I mean by MME. Hollywood After Dark is my jam. Yeah, I like Jarvo streams. They're pretty good. I like them. But yeah, Max is early. That's why I'm on Max's the most. Yeah, especially that, because Jarbo and in my time they stream like at midnight, and they end approximately like 2 or 3 a.m. and I can't stay up that late. Um, and it's just way too late for me, and it's not good, because that's actually one of the reasons why I haven't been on Max's stream as much anymore, because I, when I was so a couple months ago when I was going on Max's streams often, I started kind of losing my rhythm. Like, I was sleeping late, I wasn't working out, and I had gained a couple of pounds, and I was feeling because when I'm not exercising, I mean, yeah, I'm still pretty chubby. I am trying to lose weight, but I feel like much more relaxed. I feel so much better when I'm working out. Like, I feel more happy. Um, and when I was on Max stream, and I love being there. It's just that I started sleeping incredibly late. Uh, because when I would like go on Max stream, I tell myself, "Hey, you can only be on there for like an hour or two," but then I would end up being there for 3 hours, maybe longer, and then I just kind of realized, "Hey, I gotta step back. This probably isn't good for my mental health." So, yeah, yeah. View Junior. Oh wait, Kamuzu says music when you're driving is a vibe. I mean, yeah, but I don't know why, but I just prefer listening to podcasts. I used to like listen to music all the time for a couple of years while I was driving, but now I'm just like, hey, you know what? I just wanna listen to podcasts. I like hearing conversations a lot. But yeah. Um, I check Max all the time. Lol, his audience hates it. Lol. Hey man, somebody's gotta be there. A yin and yang. I mean, I think honestly I know some people don't like it when I say this, but like one thing that friends should do to friends is always like, question them into certain things, or maybe just ask them if like, or maybe you sometimes you just gotta balance them out, because a friend always wants the best for another friend. And if your friend's doing something stupid, the best thing you can do as a friend is call them out, or not call them out necessarily, maybe just talk to them and be like, hey bro, this isn't good, you probably shouldn't be doing this. And to me, that's the best thing any friend can do. A friend shouldn't just sit back there just because they're friends. And that's actually one thing I like on Max's channel. Him and Brian will often have differing opinions, so talk it out, and that's good. You shouldn't just suck up to someone just because, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, that's a good thing, man. I love seeing you on his panels, like challenging Max on, I don't know, I guess a Snyder thing or something like that. Uh, like, for example, I won't lie to you. I think Max is probably going to watch the next Star Wars movie in theaters. I know he says he doesn't. He won't, but I guarantee he probably will. He probably will. Also, I just remembered I had this image right here. I'm just kidding. I like to troll Max. I like to troll Max. um, yeah. I think Ben is still my favorite Batman. Robert did great, but Ben is just superior. Wait, Kamu, you actually like Ben Affleck? I actually didn't even know that, but yeah, Ben Affleck's my favorite. Although I do love Pattinson. Pattinson was amazing. I love the Batman movie. Yeah, I love most of the Batman. Like, I love Michael Keaton's, Christian Bale's, Pattinson, Batfleck. Um, I thought Val Kilmer did a pretty solid Bruce Wayne. George Clooney, to be fair, I haven't seen Batman and Robin in years, honestly, nor do I plan on rewatching it, but I don't know. It is what it is. Ezra Miller's career is over because of his stupid decision. I don't really want to talk much about it. The one, and look, for all I know, maybe they are innocent or guilty. I don't know, nor should I really be speculating on it. My only problem that I had with my own videos was that I was too quick to jump the gun. Like I was immediately like, oh, fire Ezra, but nothing had come out like factual yet. I don't know. And like I said, I'm just gonna wait for the court case, see how it is, and it is what it is. Nestle is woke, Rabbit is a. Hey, can you guys hear music in the background? Oh god damn it. My neighbors, my fucking beaner ass spick neighbors. Them fucking immigrants. I'm just kidding. Yeah, my two neighbors are like all Mexican, so it is what it is. Crap. Oh my god. I'm gonna see if I can ask them if they can be. Hold up. I'm gonna text them, see if y'all can listen. I don't want to just lower it a little bit. You don't gotta play it so loud, man. You don't gotta play it so loud. I don't know. Where was I? A racer is not a racist. Funny joke. That's what desert dirt bike races. Isaac reading the Rippaverse whenever he's off camera. I honestly don't even know what the heck it is. I know it's a comic that he made, but like, are they like physical copies you have to order, or are they like virtual copies? And what are they? Are they just like superhero comics? I don't know. I mean, if they're good, like let's say y'all like tell me, hey, the comics are good, maybe I'll check it out, but I don't know. I just have no like interest. What, like, I'm not even gonna pretend to know what the heck it is. Don't see you are chubby king. You are morbiously obese. Don't worry. You see, being fat is the smartest thing. Is the smartest thing you can be. And I know some of you are like, but you're out of shape. You're unhealthy. You get more exhausted. But you see, the thing about being fat, and hear me out, is if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, or let's say the world starts running out of food supplies, who's going to go out first? The skinny people, because they got less meat on them. But us fat people, we're going to live long enough to still look for food. We got a lot, like if we accidentally start starving for a couple of weeks, guess what? Us fat people, we're going to make it out. And you know what? If we ever need food, we got to find Zack Snyder to cook us up with turkey, man. I'm just kidding. Isaac loves the Rippaverse. Antonio, he's going to be spending $30 on. What the heck? Wait, are they 30? Are they actually 30? There ain't no way. How many pages are on them? I don't know. There's a right way and a wrong way to call it. Yeah, I agree. Like, you shouldn't be like way too aggressive. I guess unless they're doing something incredibly, really, really, really bad. But no, I do think sometimes you gotta like sit them down, talk to them, and be like, "Hey, man, this isn't good," or something like that. I don't know. It's difficult. I won't lie to you. But yeah, that is true. There's a right and wrong way. But yeah. Pattinson's really good, but the cowl looks really weird and awkward. I'll say this. I think it's a little dumb that nobody knows that he's Bruce Wayne. Because I feel like since he's been on camera, since he's been seen by everyone, I feel like people would immediately recognize that chin. Because they would like, there's no way nobody's doing research on trying to find out who Batman is, Like, I can guarantee you somebody has probably guessed Max's identity just by single-handedly watching his eyes. Although I can confirm to you this is what Max looks like. I'm just kidding. I'm usually pushing back against criticizing the Phantom Menace, and when his Snyder love makes him sound nuts, lol. Yeah. Max is the madman. The madman, mad movie man. Val Kilmer's voice was good. Yeah, I liked Val Kilmer's voice. Yeah. Ezra's none of our business. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see and find out. I don't know. I feel like right now people are jumping way too much to conclusions. So that's why, like, my last video I made on the Ezra stuff, at least about like the specific court stuff, was probably when the Mia Solange stuff happened. I don't know. Brian Masterman says, Isaac, my neighbors are Mexicans. You never tell them. Oh my god, that is 100% true, man. But sometimes you gotta like tell your Mexican neighbors, you gotta tell them, hey man, if you don't lower that volume down, I'm calling immigration. You're gonna be knocking your door with the sledgehammer. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I actually have people in my life who have been deported. And I make all these jokes. I'm just kidding. Isaac, when are you starting the fitness channel you were talking? Wait, did I ever say I was gonna do a fitness channel? I don't know. I mean, I am currently in the process. Like I'm not on like a full-on diet. Like when you start losing weight, and a lot of people don't know this, but I've been in multiple like body shapes. Like I've been really skinny before, I've been somewhat toned before, and I've also been chubby. I mean, I've been fat. I mean, clearly right now I am, but I've been in like multiple, so I know already how to. It's just that, I mean, I think everyone knows how to lose weight. I think it's a simple thing, but just that doing it is the hard thing. But yeah, usually when I start off, I'll just go quite like, for example, I'll like cut out chips and soda because those are the things I eat least. Like usually the reason why I'm fat is because of my lunch. Like I eat like a burger, fries, or chicken strips or stuff like that. And then on top of that, I'll add like snacks things. But what I'm doing is instead of like eating like a bag of chips, I start eating like a bag of carrots, or actually sometimes right now I'm substituting that with like a bag of popcorn, which is still not good, but it's like a slightly better option. So that way I'm working up to eventually get to a decent uh diet. You know. But yeah, I don't know. But right now I am drinking solely water, but that doesn't mean I've cut out everything. Like for example, like yesterday I ate pizza. I won't lie to you, that's not good, but it's a slow process. But yeah, they're $30. What the heck? How many pages are there though? Like I can understand if like it's a big comic. Like if it's like a small little comic, it should not be 30. But like if it's like a big comic, that I can understand. Um, but Ryan says wrong. Fat people can't outrun zombies. Rule number one is Zombieland cardio. That is true. That is true. However, we can sit on the zombies. Like if a zombie's coming in, just sit on him. He ain't able to lift up my 500 pounds, man. Unless that zombie's like a bodybuilder. Oh my god, that's when stuff gets dangerous. 100-page comic, $30. Oh, okay. Because I was really wondering how many pages. I don't know, but if it's like really good, like if y'all tell me it's really good, then yeah, I'll watch it. Or $50 for a variant cover. Zombieland is goated. Isaac, what's your favorite DC crossover event? I don't know. I don't know. I guess I would say the Injustice stuff. Seeing all Superman, Green Arrow, everyone just like coming together and like this entire stuff. Um, or maybe Final Crisis. I don't know. I have to think about that. I don't know. Bro, I'm not stupid. Effins, lol. Crap. What's ins? I don't know. Some of y'all have never worked in fast food, lol. Isaac be like, I know people who get deported also. Isaac, ha ha ha. I mean, my only brother did get deported. I won't lie to you. But yeah, I just kind of like make jokes about myself or my life. Like if you notice, that's what most of my humor is. It's just more making fun of myself, mainly because I just don't care. I just like, it's the easier route. Haha, don't even have to fight people. That is true. That's the best thing you can do, especially if you're starting. Like you can still eat like something unhealthy for lunch, breakfast, but if it's like past like 6 p.m. or somewhere close to the time you sleep, not a good idea. Not a good idea. And if you are, you should probably limit what it is you're eating. Like you probably shouldn't be eating like big ass burgers at like 7 p.m. Bag of carrots. I actually like carrots. I don't know. I just choose like the snacks I like already. Um like for example, I love apples. I love apples. Bananas are pretty good. I like watermelon. I don't know. I just go with something simple. But yeah, I don't know. Isaac, it's $35 regular, but $50 for variant cover. It looks like the size of a graphic novel. All right, that's not that bad. I don't know. I think popcorn is good for losing weight. I forgot. It's not like it's better than just eating chips. Like it's a better option, and it's still a good snack. Like most people like taste of popcorn, but it's much better than like eating like a bag of hot Cheetos, especially those like big bags. It's more like a substitute. It won't like help you. Like eating a bag of popcorn every day won't mean that you're gonna like lose 30 pounds within 2 days, but it's a better option, and it'll be a much better process, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't had an energy drink in 2 months. Yeah, I mean, I'll admit the energy. Like I used to drink a lot of Monsters or Bangs, um, but yeah, I've been like cutting that out too. You know, I've been cutting out the things I feel like I don't love, but I do need to cut out the things I love. You know. Um, oh crap! I was gonna talk about one thing. Very books for 100 pages, bro. We have 25. I don't know. I don't buy comics really. I mean, wait, can you buy this online though? I don't know, but I said least favorite. Like, oh, I thought you meant my favorite. Sorry, I've not been reading. Um, I mean, I didn't like the Crisis on Infinite Earths that the Flash CW did. I felt like that was a little weird. But let me talk about one thing I forgot to talk about. Uh, all right, let's try finding it. I had it somewhere here. Okay, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna try clicking it on here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Trying to put it here. Okay, there's one thing I need to talk about. This is the thing that actually got me most excited for. Uh, there it is. There it is. Giancarlo Esposito. Now, a lot of you Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad fans clearly know who this man is. That's freaking Gustavo Fring, Gus, who I still think is one of the best villains ever in all fiction. You know, in Breaking Bad, because Breaking Bad's like my favorite show of all time. Um, there's apparently one of the rumors saying that he might actually be Charles Xavier, Professor X. And you know what? I know a lot of people don't like race swapping, but you know what? I love this actor, and I just I would love to see him, man. I would love to see him. I would love to see Gustavo Fring, owner of Los Pollos Hermanos, become Charles Xavier. We should tell him the truth. Ah, crap. Can y'all actually hear that? Ah, crap, man. I don't get why they play it so loud, man. Like, how deaf are you, man? Hold on. Hold up. Give me a second. Okay, I texted my neighbors. They probably won't listen to me, but who cares? Um, holy shit! It's the chicken man. I can't hear any music. Oh crap! Really? Man, the Blue Yeti is pretty good. I don't know. I mean, it's not like obviously like I can barely hear it, but I don't know. I thought it'd come through. All right, I guess that's a little good. I can't hear anything. All right, I guess we're good. I guess we're good. My bad about that. Um, all right. Lamau geeks and gamers about to lose their mind, their shit. I can hear Lamau. All right. If you can hear a coffee machine, prove it. Is it this? Who's singing? A woman or a man? Let's see if coffee machine gets that wrong or right. I don't know. I'm just kidding. He probably can. I guess it depends how much audio you're playing. I don't even know, honestly. Where was I? He was talking about the Rippaverse. Crap, I don't even know what we're talking. It's just hilarious that Rippa thinks he's going to be bigger than DC Marvel. He's obviously not, or at least for now, he's not. Um, it's obviously not. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's good to be optimistic, though. Like, if I won't lie, I think it's good to be optimistic. I mean, I'm not really an optimistic person myself. Like obviously you see me criticizing myself and all that. But like, you know, I think it's better to be optimistic, like kind of try putting yourself in the spotlight. And I feel like if you're making comics, I guess you could have that optimism. I don't think it will be though, because obviously I've not read the Rippaverse comics. You know, let's search it up. Let's search it up, baby up. But yeah, I would love to see Giancarlo Esposito be Charles Xavier because he's a fantastic actor. Anti-woke comic defines can't. Oh my god. Isn't this pushing an agenda by technicality? Like they get mad when you push agendas, but isn't that by technicality? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can hear when I put my volume to max. I guess so. I just hope I don't get copyrighted. I don't know. Okay, so it's like big vibration with sounds. Lamau. Oh crap! Why when I click on this site, it really slowed down my stream. Oh, come on. I don't know. Brian, oh crap! It slowed down just because of this. The other sites didn't slow me down. Why is this one? I don't know, man. Why would you start anything if your plan is to fail? Shit, you're right. You're right. You know, I'm clicking out of this site. That was wait. Why is it? Maybe it's the New York Post. I don't know. It's obviously not my connection because it doesn't say that. I probably won't watch the stream. Who cares? Honestly, I don't really care. There. Crap. What the heck? That specific website slowed me down. Actually, give me a second, guys. I'll be right back in like a minute. Okay, so don't go anywhere because I gotta do something real quick. All right, I'm back. Now there's less music. Don't ask how I got that pulled off. I'm just kidding. He's using his Wi-Fi's neighbor as payback. Um the neighbors I have to my right. Um they moved in here like 5 years ago. I remember like I we were being like nice to them and everything, and eventually they gave me their Wi-Fi password. But there's still some distance to their place. So either way, like if I use their Wi-Fi, it'd be like real shitty. Except if I'm outside. If I'm outside, I can. But yeah. Can you show the X-Men cats, or is it just Gus Fring? I mean Stan Edgar. I mean Moff Gideon. You mean Gustavo Fring, manager of or owner of Los Pollos Hermanos. Bros, I think that was the site. I think it depends what kind of site you're using, because that site was really slowing me down, but the other ones weren't. I don't know. I don't know. My problem is he's in the backlash that he doesn't like what DC and Marvel is doing to promote his comic. So where's DC and Marvel's money? Where's their checks? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the Ripa stuff or anything like that, really. Like, there's some things that I just don't really care too much. I think it's good that he's making his own comic. I think it's good when. I mean, I won't lie to you. I think has said a lot of stupid things, especially on his social media accounts. Like, that's where he gets to stupid territory. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, I don't really care, because Ripa doesn't really say a lot of things that I find too controversial. I don't know. I don't tend to care too much. Like, but yeah. Let me drink some water because my voice is a bit exhausted. Yeah, but what y'all been doing this fine Sunday morning? It looks really nice outside. It looks really nice. Real nice. But man, I'm excited for San Diego Comic-Con. Like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, we haven't had Comic-Con since 2 years, 2019. But now Comic-Con is back, better than ever. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm excited for what they're gonna say for the DC panel. Except for the Marvel. I mean, of course, Marvel and DC are always gonna be like the most anticipated things for each panel. I don't know, but yeah, I'm excited to see what they do. I'm excited to see what they announce, and it's gonna be an exciting Saturday. I'm probably gonna do a stream after and see what happens.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that? Get everybody out of my...
Excuse me. I need to drink some water.
So have you ever done DMT?
Excuse me. I got to do something like in an hour. So I probably will end the stream in at least 20-ish minutes. I don't know. So around there. Yeah, at least we hit the 2-hour mark. I'm just kidding. Imagine if Rippaverse becomes the biggest brand in like 3 years. I don't know. I doubt. I mean, I do think it's gonna be somewhat popular, but I don't think it's ever gonna be uh near the level of Marvel DC. But of course, I can't. I've not read the comic, so I can't even say what. I mean, have any of y'all read it? I actually need to ask this so I can ask y'all what it really is. Everyone starts to talk about Rip Up. Probably, it's good, but he didn't do it the right way. He could have promoted it without saying, "If you don't like DC or Marvel, read my comic." I mean, to be fair, that's probably the smartest way to promote it. But at the same time, I do think it's a little disingenuous because to me, it just seems like you're using other companies to back yourself up. It's kind of like me. Like if I went around uh, telling people to subscribe to my channel, and all I kept saying is, "Guys, over here, we bash geeks and gamers, and we hate them." Like I feel like maybe I guess in a respectful way, it doesn't seem respectful, but at the same time, it is a smart thing to do. Like if you are truly trying to promote what you're trying to promote. It's kind of like you guys know Prime. It's this new like drink. It's like this new drink that like KSI, Logan Paul, Jadion, like those big YouTubers are promoting. And a lot of the promotional marketing is it's better than Gatorade, F Gatorade. They kind of use it. They use Gatorade to promote their own brand. It's a smart thing to do. Especially if you're like a new company, it is smart to do something like that. But at the same time, I do think it's very disrespectful. But no, I understand Ripa. I think like I'm not saying I agree with him because I do think he said a lot of stupid things. But I don't know. It is what it is. Prime is probably trash. I tried the red one. The red one was decent. I've never tried the other. I still think Gatorade is better, but at the same time, like Prime is decent at best. It's not like anything special. But yeah, Coffee Machine says I doubt we'll be on the level of Invincible and The Boys before they get adopted by Amazon Prime. Lamau. I already see some people theorizing that the Rippaverse is gonna be like bought out, at least the rights for the movies, and eventually we're gonna see young Rippa have movies made of his stories, which I think would be. I don't know, but can I actually ask? Have any of y'all actually read the Rippaverse comics? Like, is it about a specific story? I'll just search it up. What's the Rippaverse comics? Rippaverse comics. Okay, I searched up rippaverse.com. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna share screen. I mean, this site looks pretty fast, so I hope it doesn't slow me down. All right. Yeah, it seems like I'm doing pretty well. Okay. Rippaverse Comics, a comic book company for comic book readers. The American comic book industry has its issues, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a market. You just want awesome comics and a place to escape. Somebody has to bring it back to the essence. Why not us? Isam. The first campaign for Rippaverse publishing is Isam issue number 1. Here's a character. Oh my god, woke black character. That's pretty woke, guys. They're promoting black characters. Oh no. I'm just kidding. I don't care. I just want to see what it is. I don't know. Body armor is real good. I don't know what that is. No, because I don't give a shit. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Yeah, yes, it's a smart way, but disrespectful way to do it. That's why I will not spend a penny on the comics. I already don't like them already. I mean, look, I won't buy it. If somebody like if y'all tell me it's really, really good, then yeah, I guess I will check it out. Um, and I know it's disrespectful, but if we're talking marketing, it is the smart way to do it because it is a way of being like, hey guys, we're not because a lot of people want to support the underdog story. I don't know. And also Young Rip was pretty popular himself, so I don't know. I just want to see what it is. Brian says nobody here has read or will read them. However, I'm not gonna talk crap. What have I created? Yeah, I understand. I don't know. I'm just intrigued. Like I mean, I'm gonna be genuine right now. I think it's actually a cool thing he's doing this. I think it's cool when when people do creative things like this. Like Axel told us yesterday that he's making a movie. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I probably should just click out because honestly, I don't want to just talk about Ripper just to like I don't want to just talk crap just for no reason. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like being the guy who just talks crap about people. You know, I don't know. Put yourself out there and then talk is all I'm saying. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm hoping they're good, but like, what does he mean by like? Are the comics just not like? Are the comics just not talking about like modern culture or pop, or like is that what he means by not being woke? Like they're just not talking about politics or stuff like that. I don't know. I guess they just sound like basic comics. I don't know. But yeah, yeah. He ain't gonna have more than 500K people watch his movies. I mean, yeah, that is true. Obviously, there can't be a movie made for him right now. But yeah, and also plus, and plus, the also reason why I'm probably not going to read it. It's not a famous IP like DC or Marvel. Isaac is hydrophobic. I don't know why, but that sounds like a real thing. He hates water. Shit, you're right. Fucking water people. Am I right? Man, real men only drink Mount Dew beer and like just slowly drink anything that's not water. Yeah, that's right. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. By the way, that's a joke, fellas. I don't want to accidentally promote non-water drinking.
Boy, do we have problems up here.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. What has been going on in the movie world this weekend? Oh, I'm just now remembering. Let me see if I can find it right here. See if I can find it. I want to find something real quick. See if I can find it. See. Okay, here it is. Kamuzu says, "All right, John Sean, gotta go. The production of Multiverse of Movies context begins now. I'll hit you up on Discord when it's finished so we can talk about the release." Oh my god, that sounds so professional. But you know what? You release it whenever you need to, man. I really want to see what I've said out of context because I do say stupid things. I won't lie to you. A lot of my jokes I make, um, a lot of the jokes I make are really silly and stupid or immature. I don't know. I just say stupid things. I have what it's called awkward humor where it's like, for the most part, you're probably not gonna laugh because I'm not a funny person. I just say stupid things. Like for example, the literal biggest quote I have on this channel is randomly saying racially motivated. By the way, thank you to CJH. He actually made this. He made this image for me. I like it. I don't know. I have a lot of images here. Like for some reason I have like my old thumbnails right here. I don't know. Look at all these. Like, oh look, we even got Max here. This is real footage of me and Max meeting. I'm just kidding. But yeah. Racially motivated. I gotta like make a clip of that. But let's share screen real quick. I'm gonna show you all something that happened yesterday. I don't know. I don't really care about it too much, but I guess it's the last thing I want to talk about. But James Gunn actually called out Grace Randolph yesterday. You know, Max's favorite woman. You know, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But let's see this tweet. So Bane is not technically a Peacemaker as he shows up for one scene at the very end. He literally, I believe, one like I actually didn't even know Grace. To be fair, I don't keep up with Grace at all. I don't know. I don't really care that much about Grace. I don't know. And then James Gunn did respond to that saying that would by the way, this didn't happen recently. This happened a while ago. But he says that would by my definition mean he would technically be in the show. He does not show up at the end or anywhere and has 0 lines. Yeah, but what source does James Gunn have? I'm just kidding. So this one came out recently. This tweet James Gunn made. W James Gunn. Oh, you already know about it. W for James Gunn. And he says the earth revolves around the sun. Mothers love their children, and Grace will spout some bullshit. I feel like a lot of people in the industry probably think that way. Oh yeah. Okay. Here's the actual tweet. So this is confirmation it's true. So I believe. Okay. So Ledger Busa says, I wonder if James Gunn knew the reaction of Peacemaker was less than stellar when both fans and critics have praised it. And HBO Max picked up a second season. Now, my assumption, I don't know this because I don't keep up with Grace. I know some of y'all may keep up with Grace. But I believe Grace said that she wasn't going to cover Peacemaker because she just doesn't like James Gunn. Or what was it? Somebody please correct me. I actually have no idea why Grace doesn't like James Gunn. Was it because of the canceling thing? I don't know. Or was it something Harley Quinn related? I don't honestly don't. I honestly have no idea why. Um, but this is what Legit Busta said, and then James Gunn, this is official Twitter account says the earth revolves around the sun. Mothers love their children, and Grace Randolph will spout bullshit. Hey, look, RJ's in the comment section of them BS. So even Mama's Geeky, I actually didn't even know this, but she's actually another movie reviewer on YouTube. Says can't even see what she said because she has me blocked, like she does anyone who doesn't agree with her or calls her out. Oh, and Ashley's blocked by. Wait, Ashley's blocked by what's her name? Grace Randolph? Wow. I don't know. Ooh, he roasted her. Lol. I honestly don't, but why do they hate each other? That's actually my question. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But what was she saying though? Like, I honestly don't know. Like, I know she has said dumb things. Like she said, Wonder Man 84 was gonna be like a Flashpoint movie. I believe that was one of the things she said. I honestly don't remember. Like, that's how much I don't keep up with. I don't know. Um, L for James Gunn. This is racially motivated. He said his mothers love their children. They don't. Well, my mom didn't. So I don't know if y'all. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My mom loves me. I love my mom. Um, my mom doesn't watch my videos because she doesn't understand a single word. I'm just kidding. She understands English. She just doesn't speak it very well. Uh, because she doesn't like John Cena in China. She is John Cena. Well, I wait. Really? Like, wait. Hold up. Is it because of what John Cena did? Because I remember when Fast 9 came out, he had to like make an apology because he accidentally called Taiwan a country. By the way, I don't want to talk about that. That's where we started getting into way too much politics. And I'm the last person who should talk about politics because I'm obviously not the sharpest tool in the shed. Um, but I don't know. I know a lot of people didn't like that John Cena apologized to China. I don't know. Brian says Peacemaker was actually pretty good. Too bad Snyder fans have to gatekeep the DC fan. Oh yeah, look, I'm gonna say this right now, and I've said this many times. Peacemaker is actually my favorite comic book show of all time. I think it's better than Daredevil. I think it's better than the MCU shows, and maybe this is a shocking one. And The Boys is my second favorite show, superhero show of all time. But I gotta say, um, Peacemaker is my favorite. I love Peacemaker. And I also love the Suicide Squad. I remember when I gave the Suicide Squad a good review, that was the first time that the Snyder fandom had ever gone mad at me. Because I think a lot of y'all remember, like over a year ago at this time, I used to be making only videos of Snyder. I mean, I would make other videos, but my main focus was Snyder. And of course, I still make Snyder videos. I just don't prioritize them as much as before because I kind of cultivated a couple of toxic people who just every time I would make streams talking about Marvel, they'd always be like, Marvel sucks, MCU sucks. How could you be supporting the MCU? How could you be supporting the DCU after Snyder? And I was like, dude, chill out. I just like this stuff. And then when I gave the Suicide Squad a good review, I remember I had a couple of my Snyder subscribers messaging me saying, hey, Isaac, you betrayed the fandom. You're supporting James Gunn financially. Because one thing I also did is I also watched it theatrically, and I also watched it a lot on HBO Max. I've seen that movie way too many times, The Suicide Squad, and a lot of people did get mad at me because I was going out of my way to support The Suicide Squad, and I had a lot of people unsubscribe to me, tell me I betrayed Snyder, and that's when that first began, and it first began, uh, that's kind of when I stopped. It gave me like a reminder that I kind of basically just became a Snyder channel, and my channel has always been a movie talk channel. I want to talk more than just the Snyder movies. Like, I mean, to be honest, when was the last time I did a stream on Snyder? Snyder stuff, and I love talking about the Snyder stuff. It's just I don't want to cultivate an audience that's only going to tell me that I can't like this movie because I need to support this other thing. And I remember I just told a lot of them, it's like, hey, look, I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to say anything. All I'm going to tell you is, hey, if you don't like what I said, the unsubscribe button's there. And then I moved on. And then I saw a lot of them talking bad about me in another chat or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. And I'm gonna say this straight up too. As much as I'm excited for the Ayer cut, I don't think it would be as good as James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I'll be honest about that because I think James Gunn's a phenomenal filmmaker, and Peacemaker was amazing. And I like the cameo at the end with Justice League showing up. I don't know, but yeah. Hey, I like Grace Randa, but yeah, she's spewing BS about Peacemaker. Wait, but what did she say though? I honestly don't know what she said. I don't know. She tried so hard to cancel him for all the Twitter Disney stuff. Wait, is that really it? Really? Because of the old jokes. I mean, I won't lie to you, they're terrible jokes, but those were back in 2012. Everyone gets canceled in 2012. It's like 2012. Honestly, we should just pass a law that says if you said anything bad in 2012, it should just immediately not exist anymore. You know? Because I think everyone in 2012 said bad things or stupid things. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know. Who cares? Like, I feel like too many people put too much emphasis. Yeah, I mean, look, I won't lie to you. The James Gunn jokes were pretty stupid, but who cares? That happened in 2012. There's a reason why you don't see those tweets being recently. You know, um, it's not about Cena who saw him anyways. Snyder fans want gate kept this DC fandom if you just don't give them attention. I'm a DC fan, yet I'm running into Snyder fans. Peacemaker is the best DCU thing ever. Well, I disagree on the last thing, but I do love Peacemaker. Peacemaker is my favorite comic book show of all time, and I stand by that. But no, it was like a year ago. Like, to give you guys a little bit of lore, my channel used to be a lot just Snyder prioritized, especially because the Snyder Cut had come out during that time. But I remember one of my most unpopular things I would often say is, "Hey, I'm still gonna watch the DCU movies. I'm still gonna support them, like the Pattinson Batman movie, James Gunn Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 84. I'm still gonna watch them because I'm a DC fan over a Snyder fan. Um, and yeah, that's just kind of been my perspective. Um, I don't know. I like Peacemaker more than Titans, and I really like Titans. I didn't really like Titans, but hey, man, that's awesome. I wish I had liked it, but that's good, man. That's good. But yeah, guys, he likes Titans. Get him. Yeah, you know what? Let's cancel Brian. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We love Brian here. We love Brian. I had more fun watching Gunn's movie over David Ayers. I hate Suicide Squad. Yeah, I didn't like the 2016 Suicide Squad movie. I didn't like it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either. But yeah, I much prefer James Gunn's narration. And even if the air comes out, and I'm excited and I want to see that movie come out, either way, I still would prefer. I feel like I'd still prefer James Gunn movie. I don't know. Maybe I'd be wrong. I don't know. I'd have to wait. Um, but yeah. Uh, in 2012, I said tomatoes versus cucumber death battle. Oh my god! Now that's incredibly. Now that's racially motivated. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Oh wait, why is Age of Ultron trending? Wait, why is it trending? I'm seeing it trending. Why? All right, let's see why. Age of Ultron is trending. What happened? Did y'all finally realize it's one of the best superhero movies of all time? Yes, Avengers Age of Ultron is underrated. Soups. Wait, why is it? Uh, wait. Let me actually not zoom in because I don't want to have it way too zoomed in. Say what you want about Age of Ultron, but in my opinion, Ultron himself was the best part of the movie. I liked Ultron. Ultron was pretty good. I liked his voice. Um, I don't know why so many people hate Age of Ultron. It's better than all of MCU. No, I completely disagree with that. I like the movie. I kind of like it. I not kind of. I actually really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. Age of Ultron pissed me off because those dumbasses find a way to make everyone a recurring character, but James Spader's amazing performance is relegated to one movie. Bring him back. No, I feel like Ultron perfectly fit the one movie thing, but no, James Spader's voice was amazing, man. Uh, the shameless use of Warner Bros. Pop music. What are you trying to be, Guardians? There's a scene in that movie that every time I rewatch it, I cringe. And one of the biggest problem was the music was used poorly. I won't lie to you. The soundtrack is good, but you also need to know when to put a song in a specific scene. And one of the things I didn't like, there's a scene where Harley Quinn is in an elevator and she's fighting those gooey monsters. And all of a sudden they randomly play now swing bada bada bada. I remember I just always thought that was cringy. And then the beginning of the movie, they play like 8 songs like back to back to back. I'll say one of the scenes I liked about what the song was Standing in the Rain. Um um uh Standing in the Rain when it was Deadshot's introduction. I like that song. I think that one fit. But for the most part, a lot of the songs just did not match. Although I did like Heathens. Heathens was a good song. I remember the reason why so many people were so excited is because that second trailer, they played a Bohemian Rhapsody. And I feel like that should be a message to every trailer editor that if you want a trailer to look good, you just play Bohemian Rhapsody. It doesn't matter what song or what movie you're promoting. I don't know. I've noticed that. I don't know. Age of Ultron's underrated. I like Age of Ultron. I really liked it. I'll say it's not as good as the first 2012 Avengers movie, although that's one of my top 5 favorite Avengers movies. Or not top. Damn it, that sounds stupid. Of course, it'd be top 5. There's not even 5 Avengers movies. I don't know, but it's a top 5 MCU movie. Of course, I love Infinity War and Endgame, and I think Age of Ultron's a pretty solid movie. I'm just not hearing myself. I said top 5 Avengers movie, even though there's only 4 Avengers movies, so of course it'd be there. I don't know. But yeah. W for Age of Ultron, I loved it when I was younger. Yeah, I love them. I mean, I don't love it, but I really, really liked it. I really liked it. I'd have a lot of fun with it. I still love the scene "There Are No Strings." I still remember when the trailer came out. Now, when the trailer came out, so the movie came out in 2015, I believe. So it was early 2015 when they released the trailer. I was only like 13, and you have to remember that during this time I was like a hardcore comic fan. I mean, I'm still am, but I'm not like I don't keep up with comics anymore. But I remember just knowing that Ultron was gonna be in a movie. I genuinely thought this was the biggest movie of my life. I genuinely thought that. I'm just kidding. Age of Ultron's cursed. I got a call. My dad passed away when I watched it last. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. I'm actually really sorry about that. Um, I don't really relate to that much. Um, I will say when my parents got divorced, I watched what's it called? Back to the Future. And of course, Back to the Future is about getting their parents back together. And I remember that kind of did hit me strong at the time. But of course, that's nothing compared. I'm sorry about that, Ryan, man. But yeah. The white stripes don't have to be in all of your movies. um, but yeah, Heathens was still pretty good. Yeah, I really love that song. It's made by 21 Pilots, who are one of the most popular uh bands and especially in 2016. So yeah. Although I do really love Rain, that Suicide Squad song. Rain, I don't know what the band's name is, but they played it in the trailer and they played it in the scene where a Bloodsport, Peacemaker, and Rick Flag were all getting arrested. I actually saw this review. So there's this review where the guy says that he thought the scene didn't make sense because Colto Maltese is supposed to be a country in South America or an island. Yeah, it's an island. It's in South America. It doesn't matter. And I remember in the review, so these are like white guys, and they said it doesn't make sense that in South America they'd be playing a English song. And I was like, nah, come on. So in the Salvador, in Mexico, in South America, they all play English songs. In fact, they majorly play English songs. They love American music. They just don't understand it, but they still like it. Like my uncle, I had an uncle, he passed away like a couple of years ago, but he loved like 80s rock. Like he loved a lot of Metallica, Guns N' Roses, but he didn't understand much of it. Like he doesn't speak English, but he still loved it. And in Mexico and all those other countries, they love that kind of music. They just don't understand. It's kind of like people here in America that like K-pop. They don't understand it, but they still like it. Morbius with Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh my god. Anyways, I gotta go watch Elvis. Hey man, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. Um. W. I heard it was pretty good. Yeah. Brian says if Morbius had 30 seconds to Mars in it, would have made a villain. Shit, you're right. It's all good, man. Didn't mean to bring. No, it's all right, man. It's all right. I always want people to be able to share their experiences, talk here in the chat, without having to feel like afraid to say anything. But yeah, that's good. But yeah, I don't know why Age of Ultron is is it because someone just randomly brought it up? I don't know. The cast of I don't even know why Stranger Things is there. Love to see Age of Ultron on my timeline. I actually really like Age of Ultron, such an underrated film. I liked it a lot. You didn't see that coming. Oh my god, Quicksilver. I gotta be honest, when I saw Age of Ultron in theaters, I wasn't a fan. Upon watching it a few times, I really. By the way, you guys let me know in the chat. Did you all like Age of Ultron? Do you consider it like in your favorite MCU movies? Maybe average? I don't know. I think it's a solid movie. I would say it's like mid-tier Marvel. I would say around there. I liked it. I think they did Hulk really well in this movie, especially the scene in wait, where were they in? It was after they fought Ultron in that ship. And then after Hulk went berserk and fought against the Iron Man Hulkbuster armor. I don't know. I like that scene. Oh, I love this scene too. Probably should pause it because that probably would get me copyrighted. But it's when Cap's about to lift Mjolnir. One thing I do love about Age of Ultron that the other movies didn't really do is that they showed a lot of scenes where the Avengers are just kind of hanging out. It's pretty cool. The sun is getting real low. That reminds me, I live in like Texas. Um, this week it's been like 100 degrees. Right now it is 96 degrees, and I'm not even joking. I'm not. I'll actually show y'all right now. Uh, Houston weather. Right now it's 96 or 93. Yeah, it's 93. Um, let's see. Share screen. Yeah, it's 90, 93. Man, it's hot. But yeah, this last week it's been like around the hundreds, somewhere around there. I don't know. Some of y'all probably live in like states with similar weather or even hotter. I don't know. But yeah, it's pretty hot here. uh, Lucky MF. I'm in winter. Wait, Rayan, where are you from? I'm sorry, I don't remember. But where are you from? um, Yeah, I'm not a big winter guy. To be fair, in Texas, it doesn't snow. I like winter when you can wear a hoodie and everything. I just don't like it when it's extremely cold where you have to wear like 3 hoodies or something like that. But over here, it doesn't get that cold. Um, the sun is getting real a little bit, guy. I like those scenes. I thought that was sweet. I think it's sweet to see Hulk being able to be calmed down. I think that's nice. I saw his tweet of Age of Ultron, probably why it's trending. Probably that's probably the case. I don't know. But crap, man, Age of Ultron's trending. Age of Ultron, not perfect, but some amazing imagery and tried something different. A villain who really does think they are doing the right thing and push the Marvel movies to darker territory. MCU fans wonder if perhaps they treated Age of Ultron too harshly. I don't know. Yeah, like Laura Barnes said, you need to make sure this team is really a team. Yeah, that was a sweet scene. I think the movie is really good. They have a lot of sweet scenes in that. Age of Ultron definitely has its flaws, but still one of the most underrated MCU movies. I don't know. Age of Ultron is in my top 10 MCU movies. I love Ultron and how crazy he is. We get 2 mutants who are powered by experimentation. Sad Pietro had to die that fast in the MCU. Probably would have changed Wanda's direction entirely. Man, a lot of people are talking. Africa. Oh, that's nice. Can I ask like what part? Like what country? I don't know. Right now I'm just thinking of that Toto song, Africa. It's why wave to you. There's nothing 100, man. I don't know. I'm very bad at remembering lyrics. I don't know. But yeah. It's 98 by me. Oh, where are you from, man? To be fair, 93 is pretty average here in the summer. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, man. In Zimbabwe. Oh, that's nice, man. That's nice. It's always nice to see like where y'all from. Like, oh, we just doxed Rayan, man. We now know where he's from. Haha. And Zimbabwe. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But that's nice. That's nice. I'm from Houston, Texas. Um, that's nice. Yeah, it's always nice. Like coffee machines from France. You're from Zimbabwe. I'm assuming most of y'all here, like Brian. I believe Brian said he's from around the Sacramento area. I don't. I believe so. Correct me. Sorry if I got that wrong, Brian. But I believe you're from around that area. I don't know. Um, I don't know. But yeah, it's always nice to like see. Like it's pretty cool, how you just meet people online like this from other countries. FBI gonna pull up, yeah. Oh, god dang it, I doxed Rain. We found out he's from Zimbabwe. That's nice, man. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's the mid-90s here, but I've been through worse than Cal heat. Oof, yeah. I won't lie to you. I prefer the summer over winter every day, just because I'm more used to it. But yeah. I live in Edison, New Jersey. It's always going up to 100 degrees or more. That's nice. I'm in Reno, Nevada. I grew up in Sacramento. All right, I was pretty close. But yeah, I was born and raised Houston, Texas, baby. I'm just kidding. There's only one YouTuber I know that's from Houston. That's Ryan Zebrafett, who was one of the 4 nerds who worked on Project Justice League. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I might end the stream in like 5 minutes because I'm getting exhausted. But yeah. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of, I don't know. A lot of people. I don't know how this randomly got brought up. When you think the reason everyone hates Whedon is because he wrote jokey dialogue and not the abuse, was the right The right already came for Gunn and it didn't stick. I don't know. I don't even know what to talk about. But your unbiased Snyder fan says YTT's. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I don't mean to be that guy, but I just can't stand when people are like, "Oh, I'm an unbiased critic" or "I'm an unbiased reviewer." Like I see a lot of people making it seem like they'll call themselves unbiased, but everyone's biased, and being biased isn't a bad thing. Okay, like if you happen to like Marvel movies, you might, I guess, have a bias that you might just like most Marvel movies just because you already enjoy a lot of the Marvel movies. But that's not a bad thing. I feel like I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm kind of biased to DC. I love almost anything DC, really, and I'm pretty biased towards that. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I just don't like when people call themselves unbiased because really, it kind of just sounds to me when you say unbiased, it kind of makes you sound like pretentious. And I don't like when people sound like that. And I'm not saying I'm not saying you are unbiased. It's just that when you call yourself unbiased, it's kind of like saying that you're a nice person. It's like you're not supposed to call yourself a nice person. Usually when it's somebody else that like calls you a nice person. And I feel like when you say unbiased, like if Arkham or any of you called me unbiased, that would be y'all. But if I called myself unbiased, I feel like that would just sound a little pretentious, you know? You know what I mean? Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I just it's because I see this name, unbiased Snyder fan, and I'm like, really? Come on, man. I don't know. Oh crap! I accidentally clicked on something else. I don't even know what I clicked on. I don't even know what I'm. I don't even know. I don't even know where I'm at. But I guess gotta click out of that. I am gonna end the stream in a couple of minutes. All I see is salty DC fans. There's probably some people that are salty DC fans in that trend. Nah, we didn't ruin Justice League. Yeah, and, I'll say this right now. I really hate that Justice League movie back in 2017, but I don't think it was Whedon that ruined it. I think the movie was destined to fail the minute that they started like changing everything up. I don't know, but yeah. Uh, I am a tiny bit biased. I do like DC a lot. Yeah, and that's not a bad thing. I'm biased to DC. I won't lie to you. And being biased isn't a bad thing. Like, let's say you're a Willem Dafoe fan, and you like every Dafoe movie, even though some of them most people just don't like, and you still like those movies. Being called a biased Dafoe fan, like it's not bad to be a biased fan because at the end of the day, it's just entertainment. You're meant to just enjoy it. It's just your own personal perspective. Um, That's not a bad thing. I just don't like when people call themselves biased because it kind of, or not biased. I just don't like when people call themselves unbiased. And I always see that. Like, there's this guy I'm on a group chat with who calls himself the unbiased movie nerd or something like that. And he'll often be like, yeah, I'm so unbiased. I give my objective take on a movie. It's like, no, you're giving your subjective take. You're just using your own uh you just kind of believe you're unbiased, but who cares, it doesn't matter. Like, I like Star Wars movies and I want Star Wars movies to be good, so I guess I'm biased to Star Wars in that case, or I'm biased to Vader or something like that. I'm biased to Boba Fett. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know. I just don't like when people call themselves unbiased. Again, I bring up the example. It's kind of like calling yourself a nice person. You're not supposed to call yourself a nice person. You're supposed to let somebody else call you that. I don't know. It is what it is. Kidding, relax, take a joke. Crap, I don't even know what I said. Most of the Thor hate I've seen has been from unbiased DC fans. I mean, I don't hate the movie. Like, I think there's some good things in it. I see a lot of people calling it trash, and I guess it's all your own personal perspective. I just personally didn't hate it. I didn't like it either, but like I didn't hate it. Like, I don't think it's the worst thing ever. Um, I wish I had liked it more. I was excited for it. I think the soundtrack's solid. I think Jane Foster's story was pretty good. I think Gore was cool. I think some of the jokes were pretty funny. Overall, I just didn't like it. Um, but yeah, I'm not like one of those that are saying, "Oh, I hate this movie because too much comedy." I'm more just like, I mean, the comedy just didn't work for me, and yeah, that's just me. But yeah, I do see a lot of DC fans saying, "Look, Marvel fans, will go pay tickets for this trash movie. Look, Marvel fans aren't real movie fans." It's like, okay, who cares? If you didn't like it, then okay, cool. Give your review and then move on. Like, you know what I mean? Um, um, yeah, I'm definitely biased towards DC since that's what I loved when I was younger. Yeah, that's all right. As long as you're not like harassing or attacking anybody else for disagreeing or agreeing. All I'm saying is embrace that bias, just put it in front so people know. Yeah, I agree. Like, I won't lie to you. I'm pretty biased to DC. And I'm biased to Marvel too. It's just that I have more of a bias towards DC. I don't think that's a bad thing as long as I'm not harassing or bullying anyone for disagreeing. I don't know. I don't think there's anyone in the world that's not biased. That's literally impossible. Yeah, I agree. Everyone's biased to some extent. I don't know, but yeah, quit worrying and learn to love the love, love the bomb. Doctor Strange, love. Why do DC fans have such an axe to grind against YTT? I don't know. Um, has he ever said anything against DC? Because I don't remember. Uh, hold up. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta go do something real quick. So, yeah, we streamed for like 2 hours and 30 minutes. But yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna read this last comment from Brian. He says, "I can say bad things about your movies too. Don't bust balls unless you want your balls busted." Well, Brian, I happen to want my balls to get busted. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I gotta play this clip now because of that.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I agree. Like always give your thoughts on a movie. Everyone, no matter how different it is, like you're always allowed to give your thoughts. Um, as long as you don't like harass or bully anyone, you know, like I love Eternals, but some of y'all don't like it, and that's cool. I wish you had liked it, but you didn't. So it is what it is. Um, yeah. Or the other way, like for example, I didn't like Thor: Love and Thunder, but I want other people to enjoy it. I don't want, and I still consider myself a YTT fan. I think Taika is great, and I would like him to do the next Thor movie or any MCU movie, really. Um, I mean, Jojo Rabbit's cool. Ragnarok is pretty good, and I want to see him do more. I wish I'd liked Love and Thunder, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Thank you all for being here. It was a fun stream, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.